What are we doing?
Welcome in, have a seat. Kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah. Yeah. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah.
As I was saying, I fucking got it.
Irashaimasu!
Konbanwa, friends. Yes, you are our friends. With the first 5 seconds, we had technical difficulties because I usually let
It's
Ethan
weird because I'm the one that handles the launch. So
Yeah.
I'm
made the room.
I'm not indisposed. Yeah, I'm not that indisposed.
Yes, come on.
Good Lord.
Anyway, I'm Matt, and joining me, we finally found him. Someone brought him back. Said, I found this lost puppy.
Yes. Yes, Goki Kenyo Minasama. Daijobu Janai this week, bro. I mean, I am not well this week.
Yeah, but you are here with us for the
life guys got in the way. I went to what's it called? I got set back because I went to the Impact tapings back in late January. 2 days of Impact tapings and of course football Sundays. And then the week after that I went to Royal Rumble, and that was super fun, but also set me back. And then GCW as well that week. And then I had a bunch of tumultuous times over the past week that I won't get into on air, but that has just thrown me for a loop emotionally. And, you know, between all that bullshit, between getting fallen back, and then just, you know, I'll be honest with the listeners, man. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm starting to feel a little bit burnt out from, you know, doing some of this. It's been a struggle to motivate myself to watch. Although this week I was able to catch up for all of our like shareds, except for one that you'll be doing with our guest later. But you know, I was able to like watch some of that, and I was like, it was good to be able to just sit back, binge several episodes of several shows, and you know, kind of get back to what like I used to do, which was just be alone and watch anime. So,
like I said, we have a whole staff. If you ever get too busy,
yeah, buddy. I'm so lazy and hungover today because I went out yesterday. I'm over here doing this from the couch, different scenery. Over here doing this on the couch. I'm holding a mic, directly holding it.
I hear a cat.
You can hear my cat. There he is.
But what you call it? We got a couple. There's a couple myself and Ethan are doing together real quick, which is 3 of them. And then after those 3, we are going to have We're gonna have Starman for a good chunk, like 6 or so.
Yep.
And then Ethan's gonna bounce, and then myself and Starman will conclude with the final 4. And with our main event, which is Hokkaido Gals, because he asked for it and asked and he shall receive.
And I am not. That was the last one that I didn't catch up on. I'm 5 weeks behind on Hokkaido Gals.
Yeah, so this was definitely warranted.
Yeah, dude. Can't wait to see it. That'll be my binge after I get off here.
Yeah, I was telling Starman, like, yeah, this OP sounds familiar. It's the same person that did Angel Next Door.
Ha 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 ha!
I was like, I heard this voice. I really heard it. And I was like, okay, I see the name now. All right. Like, I'm not crazy. It's like the same people and the guy, like, wow. Wow, with dick for you. What?
Oh boy,
Wasn't get to his dick. We knew what he was saying.
makes me giggle.
Yes. But let's get to it real quick. Hold on.
We got any news, buddy?
I got a couple. Hold on. I need a.
Man, we're all types of frazzled this week now that I'm back. Shit.
No, it's just I need a new fucking headset wire.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because it keeps going out. Like if I move it. Hold on. There we go. All right, better. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I still hear you, buddy.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah, I can hear you now instead of just static.
Good.
All right, real quick, the Spy Family movie has an official release date for worldwide in April. So April 19th, we will have it here,
Woo.
and hopefully we'll be able to talk about it. A Christmas movie in April. Jesus Christ. I wish it came out.
I mean, you know, it doesn't matter because when we watch anime, you see summer festivals in winter.
I know. I was like, oh man, because it'd be fitting if it was actually around the holiday season. It came out
It
worldwide.
was in Japan.
I know. I'm not talking about worldwide, damn it. But it made a ton of money. We'll see how it goes. I didn't see reviews for it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Long title. Jesus Christ. Why?
Send it to me. I can read it since I'm
No, I got it. No, there's a translation. I am the only one who is not attacked in the world filled with zombies. Is getting a TV anime.
I feel like we need to set a rule, Matt. You know how we have how Corny and Last have the rules? If your title has more than like 7 words in it, we're not watching your show. I think that's our rule.
Yeah. Maybe. Unless it is how somehow it turns out really good. Hold on. Let's see. There's a synopsis. Yusuke is an office worker with a dislike for people, preferring to do his job alone and in silence. When a company he works for suddenly goes bankrupt, he loses his job, and with that, all his motivation disappears, and he becomes a complete shut-in. On one of the rare days, he decides to leave his apartment after a week-long video game binge. A mysterious man attacks him and bites his arm. Though Yusuke manages to escape back to his room, he comes down with a fever and becomes bedridden for several days. When Yusuke wakes up recovered, he goes to resume his normal life, but he soon finds out that in a short time he was asleep, the world was completely changed. Zombies have emerged in every corner of the world simultaneously, and the few human survivors are now hiding. However, why am I the only one the zombies don't attack? Well, the answer to that question is because you're a fucking shut-in.
Yep.
And no one wants to deal with that spell. So,
sorry for the noise. I'm making a pizza in real time, guys. That's how disheveled I am right now this week.
yes. Midlife Crisis Ethan is now best Ethan.
Yes, I know. Depressed and lonely Ethan is fucking making a DiGiorno pizza and doing a podcast on his couch instead of in front of his actual setup. Yeah. What have we what's the word I'm looking for? What have we devolved into, my friend?
Well, this is the cafe. You're taking advantage of the employee discount, making a pizza while you're on the fucking clock.
Basically, it's like those people that like, you know, like you sit there like, all right, you make something and just like eat a fry and shit. Right. Get a pop soda.
Exactly. The manga Wistoria Wand and Sword is getting a TV anime for summer 2024. Sky Blue Utility is an original anime, has been announced. What are you? It's a golf anime.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think we are also.
Unless it's a biopic on Tiger Woods' like sex life, I don't think I'm gonna watch a golf anime.
Well, it looks female, so.
Oh, female golfers.
Yes, like the other one, like Birdie Swing and all that.
I used to love Michelle Wee. I'm not a golf person whatsoever, but just seeing her like tall, lanky self, I think that's probably one of the first yellow fevers I ever had.
Oh boy!
Did you miss me, folks?
Yeah, we missed you. Last one, Funimation is coming to a close April 2nd.
I wish Sean was on right now because we could get into like a side topic on this alone.
Yeah, that could be a secret menu thing.
Yeah,
Funimation.
yeah,
That's like the final dying days of it.
yeah.
But yeah, April 2nd, Funimation will be gone for good, and with that, anything you have owned digitally is gone forever. It was never yours. It
That's
will not.
wild.
Yeah, so if you said you bought it digital only, good luck. Buy physical media. I still do. So
You know, because I didn't really use my. So for the longest, I used my friend's Funimation when he wasn't using it. Like I forgot I traded him like WW Network or New Japan or something. He let me use his Funimation, and eventually, when I bought Your Name and I bought the My Hero movie that came with digital codes, I have the physical media, but it came with digital codes. So I made my own Funimation account and then attached them to there. And I haven't thought anything of it. And I'm like, oh, I have these, but since I have the physical media, it's really inconsequential when it boils down to it. It was very interesting though. Like I could watch the My Hero movie digitally, even though I put the code in for Your Name. I could never watch it digitally. I had to put the disc in to watch the show movie.
right, yeah, that's okay. I just prefer it that way. So
Yeah, I mean it's tough, especially now like with video games and such. It's the same thing. Like I still prefer like digital media, but a lot of times, like unless you go over to a GameStop, you're not gonna really get it. And even then, even when you go to a GameStop, they won't give you the physical media. Like I remember like getting like one of the I think it was like Destiny 2, and like I was getting like the expansion, and like I was thinking like, oh, they'll give me like a physical media. No, it's just here's a code, it's on your receipt, type it in, it'll preload. And I'm like, I could have just done this at the online. I didn't have to waste my gas and come here then.
right,
So
but but it's a shame. A lot of people had the digital stuff, and now they're not going to get it.
yeah, it's causing a huge
You'll
uproar.
get Crunchyroll will get some, but not everything. And also on top of that, they are doing a price increase that is now $100 a year.
You mean hold on? So there's no monthly, or the monthly comes out to 100 a year?
I think because that's 100. I think we're all paying like $8 a month anyway.
I paid so I was too lazy to change it, but I converted mine to a to the secondary one, so I can, because when I go on my trips and stuff, I'll go and I'll download the episodes on my iPad so I could watch them on the plane. So I pay a little bit more. I think I pay 11.42 after tax over here in Florida a month for Crunchyroll.
I don't know, whatever's the ad free one. I think I'm paying $8.
Yeah, it's 7.99 normally, and then it's 9.99 or 10.99 or something for the one where you can have more streams and you can download offline content, which is the one that I pay for since I go on
Yeah,
trips.
I just didn't have a need for it, so I think I'm good.
No, that makes sense. I get you. I should have changed it so I could save the $2 a month, but I mean, if I'm gonna cry over $24 a
Yeah,
year,
yeah, no, fucking Amazon. They gotta charge. You gotta pay $2-3 extra just to not have ads.
yeah. I mean, everything is like that nowadays, bro.
I
Fuck
know
that.
it's like bullshit. It's like I'm already paying like 100 plus a year. You can't. Now you need $2 more from me. Fuck you.
Hey, wait till fucking WWE goes to Netflix. I think we're gonna have to come 2024 or 2025 rather. We're gonna have to write off Netflix animes. We may have to if it gets too pricey for us.
We'll see. Well, thankfully, me and Bash split services, so that's the
Yeah,
one they take. That's the one they take care of. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I do the Hulu, which is more expensive because that's where we do our live TV. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I use Sling for mine, so I don't get live channels, but it's got
yeah.
everything else I need to watch wrestling, and then most sports. So
But anyway, we have 3 shows together before
yes,
our guest comes in or our staff member comes in, our
yes.
barista.
I am behind on all solos, so I will not be doing solos this go around, ladies and gentlemen. Matt will do his solos once
I'll
I,
I'll do it with Starman when he comes in when you're gone.
yeah, because so you share some of those solos with him, so
Yeah, I got some with him.
that's fair.
But any event, let's get to it. Hold on, I'm gonna press the button. There we go.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I got it, baby.
Oh, I mean, I haven't been watching the show, so when I'm not on, I'm just like, have at it, boys, and I just do what I do.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to give Starman more stuff I want for the soundboard, like voice, like audio. So
Then
I
you
only
gotta
got
put
three.
aside.
I got the Anya and like the gas,
Yeah, there's shock
the
face.
gasp. But let's
You need the
start.
shock face.
What?
When she goes when she's like her like floored, she's stunned. The
Got
stun
it.
sound. Yeah, you need that.
Yeah, I'll get some stuff. But anyway, let's open up this cafe. We're gonna start with Apothecary Diaries.
I always am intrigued with Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah, Jinshi, he wanted makeup done, and we find out why, and the results, they
Pretty
shock.
good.
Yeah, hell, even Mama's like, if we were alone, I'd probably jump him.
Yeah,
I mean, no, he was attractive. He could be an attractive trap.
he is a very attractive trap.
Yeah, very much so.
If only he was a eunuch, then he'd be almost there.
Yeah, if only he was an actual legit eunuch. But yeah, they actually. But yeah, the makeup's done. He has like a little fat suit. He's like, well, basically complete disguise. No one can tell who it is.
Right.
No one knows it's Jinshi.
Nope. Nope.
So they're so it's kind of like a date.
Not really. I didn't get that.
I think Jinshi would wanted to make it kind of like that.
Yes, that is true, but it's not.
Yeah, Mao Mao was trying to wanted to go food shop, and Jinshi's like, "No, what are you doing? You don't need this." Here, you know, Mao Mao's like, "This was for my dad," but okay, fine, you can starve. It's fine. fuck my dad.
Fuck my old man, right? Literal old man.
Is that her actual dad, or is that like a
No, it's someone who adopted her, so like an adoptive dad. There we go. Make it more pink.
Wonder if we will meet the dad.
No, I don't think so. Because basically, if you recall from the previous episodes, they talk about him, the adoptive dad, being the one that got kicked out of the inner palace. So I think the more focus is really on that. I mean, she's been with him since she was a literal child. So I don't anticipate you're going to see her parents.
Maybe it's the shady guy, Lacan Khan, that guy.
I mean, yeah, maybe we'll get a backstory from him in terms of how he picked up Mao Mao.
I think we'll get something, but again, as I said, this imagine was that guy with the monocle, the suspicious guy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forget his name, but
Yeah, Lacan Khan.
Lacan, yeah.
Watch, he's the dad.
Oh my god, that would be wild.
He is pretty shady. He's either an antagonist or someone Mamo knows.
No, I'm venturing he's going to be like an antagonist.
You think he's gonna be an antagonist?
Yeah, I'm venturing he's going to be an antagonist, and I'm venturing unless they do a second season of this, like that foreshadowing that they did at the end of part 1, I think is going to come into play with him, of like kill me with poison. You know?
Actually, is the light novel done?
Tell me, Papa.
No, still going.
All right then.
Yeah, going since 2014.
Damn, a
Yeah.
decade?
Almost, yeah.
Holy shit,
Right?
that's pretty wild.
That's pretty wild. But yeah, they're walking around town. It's like awkward for Mama and Jinchi, and then Jinchi just walks around her in front of her. Is like, "Why aren't you talking to me?"
And they're like, you got to mind the position because they basically dress her up too.
Yeah,
They
she
dress her up too. So basically, it looks like he's the servant and she's the master. So she starts playing into that, like, supposed to be behind me, servant boy.
Yep, I fucking love it.
It was great.
But no, I liked this. Yeah, I liked this episode. It was definitely unique with the makeup and everything. How they're going around town in this disguise.
Yeah, and especially I love the shift in tone. Like, you know, they were both like, you know, I said earlier it didn't really feel like a date, but toward the end of it, it kind of got a tiny bit datey,
Yeah.
tiny bit dato, and then the tone just shifts when what's it called? When Jinshi basically just asked Mao Mao, like, I have a question. How do you devalue a courtesan? and
Knock him up.
her face just drops, and she says, "That's an unpleasant question you just asked me," and then proceeds to like talk about the various ways that you can devalue them, which is basically give them an STD or make them pregnant.
Yeah.
Which in that era would obviously damn their prospects because of the fact that you look at them from a place of what's it called, purity, and that's obviously the attraction from that piece, despite the fact that you have the various houses that offer various services. The Vertigas house basically offers a lot of pure aspects of that, they
Right.
complicated dated almost low key, so it's interesting from that perspective. But just to see the drastic shift in demeanor and tone, especially that's how they ended the episode. I
Yeah,
thought
that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it was like a nice happy outing, and then all of a sudden, hey, by the way, how can we ruin this?
basically, bro.
It's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, for real, dude.
So I'm curious how tomorrow's gonna go. Is it gonna be that dark turn for the next episode to ruin a Curtison, or
I think Mao Mao's gonna ask Jinshi why that question came up, why that conversation came up. Jinshi's gonna be non-committal to it, and I think Mao Mao's gonna start doing her digging, and that's where her paths with Lacan are gonna start crossing more and more. Because basically Lacan is trying to he's also cunning like Mao Mao is, and so I feel like he's maneuvering the chess pieces with like little like fucking fine strings behind the scenes. But I think now is when things are gonna like start to be like more obvious in the moves.
right? But no, I enjoyed the episode though. Definitely better than the last couple of weeks.
I enjoy the series as a whole.
No, I still love the series.
It's not a guilty pleasure like Frieren is, but still, I don't know. There's just something about it. It's very intriguing. Whereas we don't get a lot with certain episodes or certain series, you get a good bit of everything with Apothecaries, because you get the cuteness with the fucking Chibi Mao Mao and Chibi Jinshis, and then you get like the serious undertones, and you get the funny quibs back and forth, and then you get the good stories with the mysteries and things like that. So
And you learned about Apothecary on top of it.
yeah, and then you learn about legitimate apothecarying and things of that nature, and just even the fact that they do that piece of ancient like China like really well, old China. I think they don't do it a disservice,
Right.
for sure. So it's very period correct, things of that nature. They always talk at the beginning. They always put a disclaimer like these are all fictional characters in a fictional time. This has nothing to do with the past, literal like real past. So
Right. But, anyway, let's move on. Tomazaki.
I just binged this today.
What the fuck?
Wow,
Yeah,
bro.
we only got to talk about this. But what the hell is going on, Aoi?
I love the darkness, dude.
Yeah, first she beats Tomazaki both in a game, one round, and basically in real life with her plan to deal with fucking Erika's. And yeah, and then of course Tomazaki beat her 14-1.
17.
What?
17. They played 14 games. She beat him on the 15th game, and she's like, I won. And then Tomozaki's like, yeah, you're 1 for 14. So it's 14 games, sorry. So he beat her like 13 other times. And then he proceeds to beat her another like 4 times. So she went 1 of 17.
Just to make sure she learned her place.
Yeah, for real. Like, oh, you think you're good because you got 1 victory out of like 20? What is that, like a point?
No, it just shows that Aoi got to him a little bit, even in real life.
No, but I thought it was very interesting because of the fact that when you off the heels of episode 5, because this week's was episode 6, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So off the heels of episode 5, when you have Mizusawa basically say, "I like Aoi. How do you feel about her?" And then you have like, "I want to get to know her more." As he's kicking her ass in the game, he's like psychoanalyzing what she's doing and putting that towards real life. How she like maneuvers in game, how she maneuvers in life, and everything that she has taught him. So he's understanding her from a deeper psychological level,
Right.
from a game's application. So that's super fascinating when you think about it. And just, I have a feeling like her breaking point with everything that happened with Tama regarding Erika, she's like in episode 5, there are things even like I get angry. She says that in episode 6 when Tomozaki confronts her, like, I get angry. What's the big deal? I'm human. I'm a girl. Like,
Yeah, I didn't like it when you changed Tama.
yeah, she didn't. He's like, I didn't like it, even though she wanted it. I still didn't like that you were the one that was like primarily responsible for this, and she basically, I feel like she has like hidden trauma that's gonna get like unveiled as
Yeah,
the
this
show
is why
continues to
I
progress.
don't. This is why I don't see them together in the end. That's why I see them strictly platonic. This is just getting to know, having her open up.
I could see Tomozaki rejecting her.
That's
I
okay.
think,
I just
I
see them.
think that I think things are going to progress, and something is going because I always known as cool, calm, collected. This is the first instance this season where you see her lose her cool and
And she
viciously
get very
manipulate a
snappy.
circumstance to get a response that helps Tama, but it was to satisfy her in particular. And I think that there are going to be other situations where they're going to like press and push, and Tomozaki's going to get the better of her in a real life scenario. And I think that Hinami Aoi is going to break. She will break, and then it's going to cause discourse between them. But then there's going to be something that basically leads them to a dramatic, like, just what's it called?
Yeah, but I don't. But I don't see that happening this season. It's probably a while.
No, yeah, no. For sure, it'll be a while.
Yeah.
I love Fuka. Don't think Fuka's going to win. We all know Yuji. She won't win. And then I love Minami. She's my favorite character because she's so
Yeah,
dorky.
she ain't with.
She's not winning. That's why I'm like the only person you can see realistically is Fuka and Hinami. Really,
I'm
I
leaning
would love
towards.
Tama too. Tama's a dark horse. Tama's a dark horse.
I'm still leaning towards Fuka. I feel like if it does go well, I do see it staying. But with Aoi,
Yeah,
I do not see them. I do not
yeah.
see. I do not see her as a relationship.
And it's very interesting in this episode that basically everybody, because they're so advanced, read the room when they saw Fuka behind Tomozaki. They understand that Fuka's only in this like scenario at this present time because of Tomozaki. Hinami obviously knows what's going on with Fuka. And Mizusawa is actually, really smart when it comes to that as well, noticing and picking up on those details. So they read the room and they left them. They're like, let's leave the couple, let them do their thing, see what
Yep.
progresses. We're just going to go and fuck off somewhere, you know? And I thought that was interesting as they got to walk home. And then something very poignant that Fuka said in particular was that, it was a change to be able to see you happy with all your friends and be front and center, not looking at you from the back.
Yeah,
And
not a great character.
this
Yeah.
scenario really opened my eyes to something more about you. And whenever I see you, you always manage to tell me more, show me more, open me up to more of you. And I think that's very telling. And you can tell when Tomozaki blushes a little bit. They don't register it in the comments or in his internal thoughts or something, but there's something that triggers in him where he recognizes that there's a raw chemistry that's building between them based off of the simplicity and the pureness of Fuka.
Right. But yeah, we got the cultural festival next. Of course, it's a rom-com school about a cultural festival,
Bunkasai. Hi.
and the next task is have a date.
No, well, you skip the minor task, which is basically build up an Instagram account with all your friends.
Well, Pistagram, but I'm saying though, like that was the first thing she said. Like, well, you're
You
gonna
have to pick two girls, not one, two. And I'm like, and that blew me away. Fucking Hinami is like, oh, you need to pick two girls, and he's bitching. He's like, oh, like that's ridiculous. That's really fucked up. I don't want to have two girls. But Hinami makes good points about like, hey, you like to have options. It gives you a better chance to play the field, basically play different cards if you have different options. And then she basically suggested that fucking Yuji, who's with Nakamura, is she an option? Like, bro, she's taken. Why would she even come up?
Well, you never know. Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. Apparently,
I mean, I know that firdhand, but that's neither here nor there. I know that firsthand, but that's neither here nor there, bro. Like, you can't do that in this stage, bro. It's not that type of anime, and Tomozaki is not that type.
I always gonna make him. I always gonna make him do it.
Bro, yeah, is that how she gets turned on? Like, yeah, I like when you steal what you want. when you like, you fight to like tooth and nail to grab it. It's not owed to you, but you grab it. So she gets wet off that. I thought it was a dream at first. I thought he was gonna wake up when she saw her bent over. Hinami bent over and was like, "You need to date two girls, and like you have these girls or wa da she." She started saying herself, and I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna wake up. Like, this is a dream."
Uh, but but no, it's very interesting episode. I'm curious how Tomazaki gonna handle this one actually specifically in the
I
next
mean, there
episodes.
was another piece I think that's also very telling is the fact that Mizusawa, and this is also something that goes back to episode 5, where he says like, "Hey, your progress in life has been slow, but it's been super calculated." And that's basically when it's all said and done. Like he's getting faster with like his responses, his thoughts, and how to craft these intricate fucking like chess pieces and play them in there, like the game. But it's still going to be intricate. He's not going to rush things. I think for the most part, he may rush something and fuck it up, but he'll intricately think of a way to try and get past that piece. So it's going to be a slow burn. It's definitely going to be a slow burn. I think you're going to see like the typical rom com stuff where like he does simple stuff, says simple stuff, and like it like makes like Doki Doki all the girls. Every single girl is going to have a Doki Doki moment with him,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Oh
Especially
yeah. Oh,
Minami,
probably.
especially Minami, Tama, and Aoi. Because I mean, Fuka's guaranteed. She always has Doki Doki moments already. So, but I think we're going to get a really quality like Doki Doki moment between specifically Minami and Aoi, and maybe Tama to a certain degree. But she's
Maybe
mini Sundere in a way.
I still don't see Aoi, but definitely Mimi.
Oh yeah, because she always jokes around with him anyway whenever they're alone, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, he's like, hey, I want to ask you something," and she's like, "What? A love confession? I'm sorry, I really care about you, but I just want to be friends." Just automatically rejects him
I like the tiny girl, not you.
for real. I like my little loli. Clearly,
Hey, we can't say that on the air.
I mean that she's the loli of the show when you think about it.
Yeah, I'm not doing her new catchphrase.
What
So
is she like? 4'10", like 4'10", 80 pounds. She's so tiny.
she's so tiny. All right, let's move on. Do you remember Fire Hunter or no?
It's hard for me to say that I remember it.
So we can skip it.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, guys, I think Matt and I,
We might wait till the show's over and then
for worse, I can't say for better, but for worse, we're going to finish watching the show. I just don't think that Matt and I are going to talk about it, and none of our other friends are watching it. Like
yeah, I think we might just wait till it's over to talk about it.
it's just really confusing. But I think over the last couple episodes, because that was another one that I binged. Over the last couple episodes, I think basically you have your plot. You have your ideal plot is that at the end of the day, like humans are fucked up. Humans are pieces of shit. And what happened with the Great Fire was to basically reset humanity, reset them to like realize like fire is what kills like kills you guys. So we're taking this away. You don't have the abilities, the war abilities and things of that nature to
Right.
do what you used to do in the past. But because of humans, natures, sorry for the stove going off, but because of human nature, you'll always find a way to fuck yourself up, basically, in effect. And so this is what the story is that humans are becoming more greedy. They're still pieces of shit,
Yep.
and they're becoming too big for their britches. And this is where like the gods are coming into play because they wanted that for what it was. I mean, in essence, that's what I get from the plot. And that's really about it because everything else is very
Yeah,
confusing.
they're just how they're telling it, how it's being executed. It's just
So, what do you think?
it's just weird. Weird. It's awkward.
It is.
Just all
It's just, it's weird and awkward, but at the same time, it's so intriguing. It's so intriguing that the way that they do some of the art styles and things of that nature, I think, you can gravitate toward that because I think it's really done. Like when they have like still shots of them while like something crazy is going on. I think that captures the audience to a certain degree. And, the ideas of, I guess, some of the mythicalness of the show, I think
Right.
also keeps you, but it's just not engaging. That's really what, at the end of the day, what really boils down to.
It's just very bland.
It is very bland.
And I thought it would improve even just in production, but no, not nothing.
Mm-mm,
Just
mm-mm.
it's a real shame. It really is.
It is indeed.
All right, we got two more. High card.
I'm loving this season.
The season's been good. We this was a Leo episode,
Yes, it was.
and yeah, he basically since High card is suspended, he goes to puppet school, Rummy College. He goes back there. He's in a rut. He talks about his loneliness. Dad doesn't really need anyone.
And he's missing his father. He's concerned about his father. He's concerned about, like, finding his father safe because of the fact that, like, he is a very public figure, and so his father's safety and him, like, with the company,
Right.
weighs on him as well, from, like, the whole perspective of what's the word I'm looking for, a legacy's sake, so
Right. So we got all that going on, and basically just being told to like, hey, don't do anything. Don't get involved right now.
mm-hmm.
And it's just eating at him. He doesn't really give a shit about his classmates.
Nope.
Because again, he's basically he thinks he's a loner, even though the J is the
Mm-hmm.
one that like talks to him, has been with him, been beside him,
Yeah.
like a caretaker type of thing ordeal.
Yeah, I mean, basically he raised him, bro. Like,
Yeah,
VJ raised him. So VJ is, like, literally like his, I wouldn't say butler, but he's the
his
equivalent.
only friend.
He's the equivalent of, like, the old man is to everybody else in low key. You know what I mean? So
Yep. And we have a transfer student named Francois who wants his attention because he's while holding the film camera, taking pictures. Leo really doesn't like it. But during this, Leo is getting sick, and he thought it was because Francois has really been the only one that was around him.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But it's actually you find out it's not him.
But it's not just that. It's, well, we found out, and we'll get into it in a second, what exactly it was. But like, it doesn't get sick. Like, he gets sick physically, but he's sick mentally. He's up at night. He can't sleep. He's not sleeping well. He's got
No
all these thoughts
appetite.
going on in his mind, with shit going on, like with his father, the legacy, him personally, and all that shit. So he's just mentally drained, and it's physically causing him anguish, to the point that he is sick.
Yep, like he can hardly stay awake. You can see the bags in his eyes.
Yep.
And this is where he blames Francois because like, ever since you've been talking to me, you've been around me, I've been feeling like this.
Yep.
Are you a card player? It turns out he's not. But it was someone else that was also talking to him.
Yep.
And we found out his power is the Six Diamonds 13th day. Basically, he has to talk to the person 13 days straight.
Yep. And while he talks to them,
And on the 13th day, they die.
yeah, it basically eats away at your mind and your soul, your body, your mind, your body, your soul. So that's where all the physical anguish and stuff is being exacerbated, the mental anguish, all of that. So it's just rotting. And as he's on the brink of death, he reveals himself. He says his power, and he's like, "The clock's about to strike midnight. This is the 13th day. You're gonna die. I've done my job." Who comes to save the day?
Vijay.
VJ comes and saves the
Vijay comes
day.
in, knocks him out pretty quickly, takes that card, goes yoink,
Yep, and he
and
wakes
gives
up.
Leo his chai
Yep.
to help him feel better.
But before he feels better, we see Francois, because earlier, before this happened, he basically accused Francois of being the card player, like, turning against him, and he
Yep.
basically physically assaults Francois in his dorm. And Francois went after him, but stayed hidden during
I
the
was
fight.
actually talking about you because I was actually concerned for you.
Yeah, he mentions, like, and he mentions it prior to, during the argument, and then after the fact, but he stays silent while VJ does his thing. He witnesses everything that happens.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I was your friend. I wanted to be your friend because I thought we were the same, but we're not the same at
You
all."
freak.
Yeah, basically, you fucking freak. And he runs away. And basically, Leo kind of has like an aha moment. He's like, "Oh, fuck." And then he realizes he fucked up, but he's just too, like, tired and drained to go after him. So he just ends up drinking his chai, and he passes out on VJ's lap as VJ, coddles the little kid like he used to do back in
He
the day.
actually covers him. So I'm your friend. What are you talking about?
Yeah, basically.
But no, this is a nice episode.
It was. And just like, having, like I said, caught up and binged 4 episodes, I think, of this shit, like it's just really good. Like the whole fight that happened at Pinnacle headquarters and then like the fallouts of everything that's happened over the last couple episodes. I find it very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. So, I mean, at this stage now, you got to think who's the next episode you got to think has to do. Well, they set it up with the after credit as well. There was an after credit.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, with the Black Knight and whoever.
Yeah, basically, like, hey, I need you this, and then
they drank some sort of drug concoction, and one guy passes out. He's sick as a dog, and then the other one who carries the woman, was like who loves him supposedly. She's bleeding out the nose, so they're like doing some sort of suicidal pact, perhaps, or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
hopefully on Monday we'll get something about that, an aftermath or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to come to a head basically when it's all said and done. I think that this whole plan, they talk about like the plan, and the woman's like, that Klondike is just going to like, dispose of you once you fulfilled it. And he's like, that's fine. I do it for the family. This is basically what destiny is supposed to be. So I think that this whole thing will really truly come to a head when they eventually find where Klondike is holding what's it called? Not Leo. What's his name? I forget his name.
Which one?
Leo's dad, the president.
The president?
Yeah, the president. We should say the president. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll call him Kaicho.
Yeah, Kaicho-kun. So, anyway, no, good shit, though. I'm thoroughly enjoying this season versus last season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's actually engaging. People are actually involved.
It is. It's a big improvement. Very big improvement.
Just hopefully stays that way.
Yeah. I have faith it will.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. But let's get our last one together. Frieren.
Great episode.
We didn't see today's, so we're going to talk about last week's. And holy shit. We got this big battle. Denkin's group and Frieren's group finally.
Mm-hmm.
We get to learn a little bit more about the great maid Seri, who is basically a walk-in talking grimoire with everything she knows.
Also an elf.
Yeah, and Frieren has met her because of her teacher Flem.
Yep, because of Flem, yeah.
And basically talk about like what spell do you desire? Because basically, if you meet her and all this, like pass this test, you get one spell from her. Like she will teach you one spell.
Yeah.
And I forgot what Frieren said to go like.
Frieren said, "I don't want any," and she's like, "What do you mean?"
And she likes to discover magic.
Yeah, she's like the best part about magic is discovering it, because basically, what's it called? The Great Mage is basically saying like she goes to Flam and is like, "Oh, you finally got a good student. This is quality." And then she says that to her, and she's like, "You know what, Flam? I changed my mind. Like she's trash. Like what are you doing?" And then Flam, to her credit, was like, like no, I disagree with you because she's pure magic. She will lead the mages of a peaceful era. She will be the one to defeat the demon lord where you and I cannot. And sure enough, that's what happens.
Yep.
So what wouldn't shock me? I doubt they'll go this route, but what wouldn't shock me if she meets her again when she passes, and she's like, "What spell do you want?" I want to die. She's like, "I want to die sooner."
Or she gets the spell from her to talk to Himmel.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that is the quest they're doing. This is
still the end goal is to meet the dead. And what's it called?
Talk to Himmel, yeah.
Yeah, and Fern wants to see what's it called? The priest as well.
Yes.
So
well, it's like, hey, this is my progress.
I'm sure he's been watching.
Yeah, that's not the tits, but actual progress.
No, I'm sure he's watching those too.
He was a current priest, so
no, but the battles were so fucking good this week too.
Yeah, Kane Lawn against Richter, that was nice, and Denkin and Frieren was just stellar. The animation house did not hold back.
Fucking badass, dude. Straight up.
Yeah, so I fucking love this. And then the guy and the girl watching from the sidelines, just drinking the tea still.
Yeah, like no one's gonna break the barrier. No one's gonna break the barrier. Here comes Frieren, spectacularly breaks the barrier.
I love that scene.
And I just love how like they're like, who is that mage? And they're like, according to it, it's Frieren. They're like, wow, the
Same age, yeah.
last great mage.
Right. And my favorite in this is Denkin. At first, he's tied up. He's on the tree. Richter frees him and the other female.
Yep.
Tree's gone. We got no mana. We need a bird, though. I got it. What? No, I got it. Trust me. Trust me, bro. He sees them. Hey, fisticuffs. Let's go.
Hey, are you a man? Yeah. You got no magic? Yeah. You got hands though. Let's
It's
go.
like, no magic. But I ain't out of options. Let's fight.
For real, bro. He Braun Strowman.
Get
these hands.
And it worked. They have the bird.
And they got the fucking bird. Yeah, they passed.
Basically, 6 groups out of 18 made it.
Yeah.
So we have 18 people in general going on. Now it's like a single one-on-one fight.
Out of 72. Approximately a third, I think, or a fourth remaining.
Yep. Even Fern's group made it. And Ubel, the psychopathic killer, is now afraid of Fern because of, hey, what magic do you know? I can see through clothing.
Yeah.
No. So now they have a 3-day break. I mean, Stark is finally going to have some company.
Yeah, I love the piece that Stark had mentioned about how, like, I missed them. And he's like, I've had all the freedom in the world, and I missed them.
But no, I love this episode. Very spectacularly done. Animation was great. Visual, the music, everything about it just landed. And
I really hate that Frieren counts this season because I feel like there's more competition this season in terms of shit that I like versus.
I know, but this is such a hard one because both this and Apothecary.
Yeah, dude, like that really throws shit for a
loop. It takes 2 spots out basically, essentially.
In effect, yeah, that's really fucked up.
It's like, damn, they're coming out of the gate swinging. It's like, oh shit, these other ones they don't stand a chance almost.
Especially Frieren. Apothecaries to a certain degree, they've got because it's a different quality of anime, but Frieren just does everything so magnificently. It's so tough to put anything really above it. There's contenders, don't get me wrong, but
there is, but with how Frieren's been lately, it's hard. It's really hard.
Chef Kiss.
Exactly.
Très magnifique.
And we got like 6 more to go.
That's crazy too, though. We still got 6 more, but at least it ends first.
Yeah. I think it's gonna end once the first class that mage arc is over. I think that's gonna be the end of the season.
Yeah, I think the final episode will probably be when she reaches what's it called, the great mage, and fucking gets the spell.
Watch it be Fern.
No, it will be.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
because they only need one of them to do it. So
no, I think they'll both do it.
I think only one can pass. That's what I'm saying.
No, you can get people that pass. You have to just pass the tests.
Okay.
Unless the final test is going to be like a one-on-one battle.
I think this is the next test though. The next with 18 people, it is a one-on-one battle.
Though they alluded to that the tests are now you're going to be facing other people.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean like.
So it might be that, or it might be like tag teams.
No, I don't think it's going to be tag teams. I think the rest of them are going to be individually based, but I think they're going to have individual tasks to complete to get to that point.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you have to go find something. Same thing, similar to the thing, but it's an individual, not you.
Right.
Something like that.
I can't wait to watch that. I'll watch that tomorrow for sure. But without further ado, let's bring our staff member in, aka Starman. He is here, our barista. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, man? I had to mute that last segment because I came in. I was like, oh, they're talking about Frieren. I'm not caught up. So
yeah, I thought we were done as I said you're ready. Like, come in.
Yeah, and then we decided to expound on some more points. So here we are.
So sorry about that.
Ethan, what's that you got there?
I'm lazy as shit today, bro. I did not want to be in my office, so I got a handheld mic. So this is the very first mic that I ever did podcasts on. $20, I think, on Amazon. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do fucking.
He's walking around like a sports commentator, walking around the arena.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, it's okay. Because typically, like, you look way more relaxed than You look way more relaxed. I'm gonna just leave that there. You look way more relaxed.
It's
And
been,
I look way more relaxed today
Yes.
or in general. I don't. I'm tired, bro. I'm hungover. I'm tired. I'm mentally exhausted. So, you know, it is what it is. I feel like I'd be more relaxed, like in the office, but I do not have like the
yeah.
gusto to go in my office
He's
right
been
now.
through it, so we're giving him slack today. That's why he's here. We're cheering him up today. That's why he's here today.
Mm.
Yay!
Yes. Otherwise, we would hear it later.
No, I just I'm like, what's the point? I've already watched like a good bulk of the shows. I thought I had
Yeah.
watched less.
Yeah, and you said next week you should be good. So
I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping.
hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'm gonna binge Hokkaido after I get off here. I gotta watch Ragna. Last week's episode behind on Ragna, so it'll probably be like Ragna then Hokkaido, and then I have the whole rest of time to catch up.
But
That's
you
what
know,
I'm doing when I leave here. I got Undead Unluck and Ragnar. Well, Ragnar comes out tomorrow. So I only got Undead Unluck after I'm done with this.
yeah, I only have Frieren, but I'm gonna watch that tomorrow. So
I'll watch Frieren before the next episode.
yeah, but we got a few more with Ethan. We got at least 4 more. So let's get to them. Let's start with wedding rings.
Ethan, kick us off.
From last week's episode. Give me a second.
Well, with the cat girls.
The worst time to like knowing I was coming and this is your segment to lead.
Yeah, and he's cooking his pizza while this is happening.
No, the pizza's done. I'm trying to cut it so I could get
let
a
it
slice.
cool. Let it cool, man.
I did let it cool. It's been sitting
Oh,
here for like 5 minutes.
Wow,
Did you remember the beeping?
You can just eat and talk at the same time. I can dig it. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, basically.
I know.
I try to multitask. No, so this week's episode of Wedding Rings was that basically they're on the road. They end up like just sitting down, and you see jealousy basically between what's her face,
Hime and Elf Girl.
yeah, Hime and the other chick, the elf girl, elf princess.
Hold on, let me
I forget their names. Yeah, I forget their names. But in any case,
or Nephritis.
Nefertiti. I always say Nefertiti. I want to say like the fucking like the Egyptian princess or god of whatever the hell it is. But in any case, so you basically have the jealousy going on and going back and forth, and then all of a sudden like the ground shakes, and then you see the floating castle, because the original plan was that they were going to go to the land of water and get the water ring, and then they're like, oh, it's the land of fire, like it's right here, might as well let's get on it. So they get on, and it's a giant like floating like marketplace, which is pretty cool, like full of merchants and things of that nature. And they're like, well, where's the fire princess? We want to speak to the fire princess. And she's just kicking everybody's ass. And you find out that everybody and their mother wants to fuck the fire princess, but nobody's strong enough, including fucking what's his face,
Haruto. Yep.
Yeah, he's not fucking strong enough either. He gets his ass kicked, but of course he has to win her over, so he goes through the training and all that bullshit, which was nice.
Let me tell you, cat girl thick. Need a kitty. That's her last name. Need a kitty. Need a kitty.
Yeah, need a kitty. Need a kitty. It's great. I need a kitty. But in any case, no, like just going based off the format. I can keep on going with the things, but obviously the lewdness, A1.
Thank you, Chris. Nephritis. Yes.
Yes. Hey, welcome to the show, Chris. First comment. But no, the lewdness, A1. I like that she's a dark cat. That was nice. Add some color to his life.
Yep.
I mean, it's so, Matt, something, it's so odd because of the fact that like we're trying to like keep this like abbreviated, but I'm so used to like wanting to like give the breakdown because I remember.
I know. Basically, Haruto, he's still weak as shit. He's not great with a sword. He kind of needs that if he wants to beat her. And then the old man's just like, hey, you have 2 bitches. You got 2 rings.
You've got magic.
Yeah, you could use them, but that's cheated. No, she has a ring too. It's okay. It's fine. Use everything to your advantage to claim a kitty.
So I have a thought. I have a lewd thought. Of course I do. If you are wearing the ring and you sexually satisfy yourself, does that give you power?
I think they have to be involved in the act.
Oh, you have to have somebody involved with the act.
It's a wedding ring, so
it's
a combo type of thing.
I don't know if you could jill yourself and then you're like, let's go.
No. I think it has to be together.
Roger that.
Otherwise, he'd be like half power. But anyway, he's trying, he's failing, he's getting his ass kicked by one of the swordsmen who really wanted to go to the Water Village. He really wanted to go. We don't get why yet.
I think his long lost love is probably there. So I think
Probably. Just
I
the One
think-
Ring.
Yeah, I think that's going to cause a bit of an issue because the woman that person loves is the princess there, and he's going to have to basically get and kiss and fuck his princess, and that's going to cause
while he
problems.
watches.
Yeah, while he can't do shit. So I think that's going to.
But anyway, Sato, he's relaxing, he's resting. Greta is there. She starts to get naked. She's like, okay, all right, let's cut to the chase. You're the ring king. I have a ring. We're gonna make this happen. So basically, I'm gonna take a dive for you because I know you can't beat me. So, and I'll do whatever you want because everyone else is really fucking bored. I just want to get it over with. I don't want people to try to marry me anymore. I want you. Let's just make it official. Like I said, I'll take a dive. We'll call it even. And Howard was like, no, I actually want to beat you fair and square.
I thought it was a little. I thought it was a little
excuse
putzy,
me.
but at the same time, it's a little admirable as well.
It's like, all right, fine. I don't know. All right, let's see what you got, bitch.
For fucking real. I mean, that's got to turn her on a little bit, you think, right?
Probably. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Starman, how did you feel about this episode?
Crickets. That's how he felt. Is he frozen?
Is he? I think he is. Yeah. Yeah, he is.
You there, bro? He moved.
Yeah, was I frozen?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you were frozen.
Yeah, internet did, weird stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, what'd you think of this episode, Starman?
Oh, let me stop this. Oh, I didn't see this episode.
Oh, you did. Oh shit. Okay. So
Yeah.
we spoiled shit for you. Sorry.
I thought, honestly, I thought the last episode was the episode where he convinced the elf girl to go with him. But obviously there's another episode after that I didn't know was out. So it's
Yeah,
like this sometimes.
Well, our bad.
Surprise!
I mean, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, but anyway, let's continue, shall we? Let's go with Metallic Rouge.
I don't know what's going on in this show. I don't. It's great. I'm watching it. And by the way, those of you who don't know, this is the only show, because I made a promise. This is the only show I'm watching in dub. I am watching this in dub.
Why are you watching it dubbed?
Because the characters
of
have
us.
English names. And so since they have English names, I'm like, it only makes sense for me to watch something that has English names with English characters in English.
That makes no sense.
Like I
Just
think,
be happy he's watching a dub.
I would watch High Card dub because High Card's based in like Britain, like or what it's supposed to be like.
High Card dubbed.
I would watch it if it had it. They don't have High Card dub, but I would watch it. Anything like I made a promise to myself now that anything American or anything like with an English name, like English based like show, I'll watch in dub. And so this is an English based show. You don't have anybody like Kitami or Ryu, no Akihabara, like whatever the hell random like Japanese name you can think of. There's no real Japanese names. They're all like Chloe and whatever. So they're all American names. So I'm like, all right, let's just watch this in English and see how this goes.
Okay. Well, I learned something new. Okay. I mean, whatever works. Well, whatever floats your boat at this point. Like,
It doesn't really float my boat. I'm not enjoying it nearly as much because it is in English. But it's okay.
I would say just watch something else then. Like, I mean, watch it in another watch it in your preference.
Right. Well, again, he's actually watching it dub, so we'll give him credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give him credit for that.
But no, there was definitely a lot to unpack in this episode of Metallic Rouge. Getting Rouge's backstory for one, kind of like basically why any of this is happening right now, while Naomi is looking for Rouge, even though Rouge was basically kidnapped, essentially.
How did she get there though? How did she get kidnapped? I'm trying to like remember because I remember she got stabbed. Right? She got
And, he,
stabbed.
and probably took her body when we weren't looking.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember she defeated the guy,
Right.
and then like that was it. And then next thing you know, she's like in a hyperbaric chamber. I'm like, what? It was weird.
Right. But yeah, we get what's going on in her head, and her
Bruce was
Jean
abducted.
jump card.
She was abducted at the end of last week's episode.
I don't
Okay.
recall her being abducted. Like I saw the episode, I just don't recall her being abducted.
I've been said you checked out, like, so, but no, she gets abducted and now she is like on this ship and apparently she's with her father, which I guess is probably the person that programmed her. And I mean, we're going through visions that, of her memories, but they're crossed with other events that didn't necessarily happen. So like she's being reprogrammed. But it's also bits and pieces of her past.
Or just memories being hijacked, trying to figure out why she's doing this, that we actually get why.
Because of that gas that she got hit with last week, it messed with her memory. And because it's like the other Aeons are really like, hey, you want us, you ain't supposed to kill us. Why did you kill us? Like some of them are just like,
Yeah,
man,
Aeons can't kill Aeons, but for some
I
reason
just wanted to sing. I just want to do this. I just want to do that. I didn't necessarily. You did it because you were told to do so. But who told you to do this? Why did they tell you to do it? And why are you listening? Like, what is your goal? Because she's so strong. So, what they call them, the divine nine, the round nine. Like, it's I don't know. It's like the government is. I don't know, man. The government pulling the strings and they're telling her to do this stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't. I feel like eventually they're gonna turn on the government.
You think Rouge and Naomi will turn the government?
Naomi is just like for hire, bro. I think she don't really have no loyalty to nobody. I think Naomi is like, you know what, Rouge, I'm gonna hold you down, because we aren't disposable. We aren't just tools. She kind of said that the week before last out of frustration. So when this happens, Naomi's kind of like, I kind of feel like shit. I didn't express this shit properly. And, now she's lost. Now I got to try to save her. But Rouge is doing fine on her own. Like, she's like the strongest one. But we also get to meet another Neon Light Rouge.
Yeah, he was unique too. And he has the black suit. And he was pretty badass. When he first popped out, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, he's going to like join the fight and attack against them.
You talk about Gladiator, right?
Yeah. But no, he fucking comes and saves the day. He takes out those like spider looking like tank things. And then fucking helps in the final fight, which I thought, by the way, was like really well animated. And I remember, Starman, you made this point in our group chat when you had seen the episode earlier that it's one of the best soundtracks of the season. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Just watching that like fight choreographed and like animated to go along with the appropriate soundtrack did that marvels.
That's not when I came to that conclusion at all. That had nothing to do with it.
Really?
Honestly, hell no, not at all. My gripe with Metallic Rouge is the simple fact that the fight scenes are incredibly short.
Yeah,
like, they aren't as tense as they need to be. Like this past episode, Eden jumps on the scene. He gives Naomi his name. Eden jumps on the scene, and they fight. The week before, Afdal, fights Rouge, and they have their whole fight. So she keeps fighting all these characters, and it's this big overarching conspiracy. Jerron Fate, that was like the Neon she fought in the first episode. He has to come back, but she had flashbacks to him. Sarah Fitzgerald, who's, I'm pretty sure based off of Ella Fitzgerald, which I think is pretty dope. She's a singer and she just wanted to sing. Like all of these Aeons have like, look, man, we don't want to do this shit. We don't care about none of this, but here you are trying to kill her. But then we find out that Rouge, for lack of anything, has a sister. Like she has a clone. Like she may not be the only one with herself. Maybe she's fighting to just like be herself. She doesn't even, know.
I could see her fighting her sister later on in the season or in the show.
Maybe, yeah. But no, also the Puppet Master was definitely an interesting character.
But yeah, the Immortal
I
Nine.
want to know about the brother.
Yeah, but the Immortal Nine, though, that's who they have to pick off the Immortal Nine, and apparently she's picked off more than half of them. So far, I will say the reason why I say I like the soundtrack. This morning I was on Tidal and they suggested the soundtrack to me, and I was like, "Oh shit, let me check this shit out." And then I just put it on and listened to it, and I was like, "Okay, yo, bro, this is probably the best soundtrack of the year, and it's not even fucking close." Like when I put headphones on and just listen to that shit for an hour and a half, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, this soundtrack sounds like Cowboy Bebop and Tron had a baby." Like
Well,
this shit,
now that I got
one moment is jazz and like Afro beats and like Latin music. Then the next moment it sounds like Mike Dean and Travis Scott just kicked everybody out the studio and just dropped instrumentals. And I'm like, okay, bro, this shit is hard. So the soundtrack is dope. The graphics are dope. The story, I will admit, Ethan, the story is not as it's like they're making a big ass complex bubble out of whatever, but they haven't really like centered in. I feel like with it, you know what I'm saying? I'm struggling to really grasp with what story they really want me to care about.
I feel like for the three of us, we all love Heavenly Delusion so much, and I feel like we have a standard now when it comes to convoluted stories.
Okay to me. Don't include me in that.
Okay, well, Matt, Chris, and we all liked Heavenly Delusion, and I think now we have a standard.
Contrarian sometimes just for the sake of making shit interesting.
Fucking guy.
Yeah,
but
like,
no, my
like
point.
you with your hatred for Soul Level, apparently.
Man,
yes, which we'll get into.
That's genuine, but that's genuine. That ain't me being a contrarian. That's me honestly being honest. But continue.
No, but what I was saying is I think we have like a standard now when it comes to convoluted stories, and I feel like when we have Heavenly Delusion that did that so well and like tied everything like together so well, when you have shows that like,
about it, I feel like they didn't do that. I feel like nothing was tied together. I literally had to have Matt explain it to me and go on the internet and get the rest of it. That like literally, I hate that shit.
No, I don't disagree with you from the aspect of it's not plainly obvious. You do have to like do some research on it, but when you have somebody like Matt that helps like
but Metallic Rouge is original. There is no manga that exists. It's an original anime. It's made to commemorate like the 20th anniversary of the studio.
25th.
Yeah.
25th.
So that's what the whole point is. And they went and got Saya Yamamoto. You know what I'm saying? They got the director of Carolyn Tuesday, producer of Cowboy. They went and got these big wigs that did Machiko and Hachin, that did Carolyn Tuesday. That's why I like them, because I was like, this dude like black women. And for Black History Month, shout out to Naomi. But all in all, the story looks great, but there's no reason why I should look on MAL and this shit is not even a 7. I'm like, oh, this shit is a 6.8.
Yeah, it went from 6.3. It went to like 6.30 to below 7.
Yeah, it's still not a 7. Like it dropped. It like first episode, this shit was like an 8. Then that shit just dropped right down immediately. Because the first episode so far has been the best episode. Everything else we're kind of getting the characters, but I think people really want to see better fights. They want to see longer fights. They want to see.
Yeah, like you can't advertise an action-based sci-fi anime and not really have the action, except for like.
Yeah. The second episode, they were on a bus with some kids and running some giant machines.
I think also one of the attractive pieces of it is, especially when you watch it in English, I think it hits different when like you watch it in Japanese, where you read the subtitles and you see the curse words. But when you listen to it in English, I think hearing curse words in English, I think projects differently, especially to that fan that wants to hear or like see something edgier. And so I think people like kind of go off of that too, and I think there's some intrigue from that piece. To your point, Starman, you're absolutely right, because Analyst has it at a 66%.
Yeah, it's. I think majority of fans are not satisfied with it. I like it so far. Like I really like it. Like I'm really enjoying this. I don't want to be disappointed. But right now it is one of my favorite shows to watch. Like, and it may just be off of the soundtrack and the character design. This character design and the soundtrack right now is keeping this thing floating.
Right.
I could think of other shows that I enjoy.
It's just more of it's just more of the story is not connected.
Yeah, I need, because I already know she's gonna flip on the government and they're gonna have to fight. I just don't need like 2 minute fight scene. I don't need fight scenes under 2 minutes and a bunch of talking about nothing, because you can't really hide the story from me. So it feels, one moment it feels like they're gonna go off into one direction. It's like I said, they haven't picked up on whatever direction they want. But I think because we kind of sense the conspiracy, it's like, bro, what the fuck, man? Come on, just why are you hiding this shit from us? It's a bit too obvious.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. Yeah,
I think it's just a bit too obvious. Like, okay, so if she was an assassin,
and we know she's eventually going to fight the other immortals until we're like, oh shit, we were the bad guys or some shit.
Yeah, I think eventually she's gonna flip. Like, I'm like, yeah, I've seen this before, but I'm enjoying it, man. It looks good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff outside of that. Yeah,
it's very visually pleasing. Very visually pleasing. It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Just don't OP me Destiny this shit, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. I don't need another top OP Destiny, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
Do not give me a visually stunning anime that with a shit story that's forgettable. And right now, this shit is on its way to being top OP Destiny Part 2. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I hope not. Basically, we'll find out where they're going probably the next episode or two at this point.
We'll see.
We're almost at the halfway point, so
we'll see.
So it depends. Alrighty, now the one you've been giving people the hard time. Solo leveling.
It's so weird having you do that, Matt. I'm just a fan, man. There it goes.
Man, look, I'm gonna say it again. I have seen this like it was 2 seasons ago. There was an anime called I got a special skill. I got a cheat skill in another world, and it made me OP in the real world. That was the name of the title. It was about this kid whose granddad gives him this book, and he reads the book. It opens a portal, finds the door in his granddad's house. He goes through it. He goes to another world. He levels up in this other world. A fat kid who had no friends. It was kind of like lookism, right? He goes into this other world. He's this fat kid. He doesn't like himself, self-hating. He ends up leveling up in the other world. He ends up losing weight. He ends up becoming hot. So when he comes back out of the old world, the other world, he comes back into the real. He's back in Japan. He goes to school, and oh my God, all the girls think he's hot. He does that Yu Yu Hakusho shit where he saves a cat out the street or something. A girl who is this princess who owns this big ass rich school. It's like, oh my God, you're handsome. You're a kind guy. You're just the people who need to go to school. She's like, oh no, I'm broke. I can't afford to go there. She was like, we're going to scholarship because of the merits of your character. So he levels up, but he never really recognizes how hot he's got. But all the girls really like him. He gets hot. They start hitting on him. He got abs. He's cute. He goes to the other world and he does all this awesome fucking shit, and he's OP'd as fuck. So when I get to solo leveling, I'm like, oh yeah, when y'all created this was the move. This is what everybody was on. Everybody was really on this kick about things being OP. And I like Sword Art Online type shit. I like an OP main character, One Punch Man shit. That's cool. So I guess my whole point with solo leveling is people kept throwing out words like instant classic. And it's not so much that the internet, like, oh my God, overly sold me, but the hype. Like, I go off of hype. And I've always admitted that hype is how you pull me into almost anything. So the hype for solo leveling was like, yeah, solo leveling is cool. Like, it's an enjoyable show. I've never told not one person to not watch it. But the caveat to it is like, but so far I haven't seen anything that's impressed me or made me put it in this instant God status. But what I think is happening is there are a lot of manhwa fans who've read like 100 chapters and they've read all this awesome shit and they know what's gonna happen. So they're hyped up about that. So they're just saying, be patient, bro. This shit fire. And I believe them. I think this shit gonna just keep doing that. However, man, Forbidden Kingdom had a better 5-episode. Forbidden Kingdom had a better 6-episode run than solo leveling has had so far. It didn't stick the landing, but so far the first 6 episodes of Forbidden Kingdom impressed me way more than the first 6 episodes of solo leveling have so far. So by that measure, when I compare it to 17 episodes I've seen in Stronger Life Frontier, I'll tell everybody if you want a show where a guy levels up and he's in a video game like situation, he gets special moves, he gets special gear, the stakes are equally as high. I'm like, bro, watch Shangri-La Frontier. You might enjoy it if you like solo leveling. It's pretty much the same mechanics. But then, some people want to tell me that that's not the same. And I'm like, bro, it's more or less is, bro. It's like, well, Shangri-La doesn't have any stakes. And I'm like, well, I play games where if you lose, you got to start all over and grind and get back to the boss. You lose all your gear, bro. That's high stakes. They are high stakes, bro. If they lose to this boss that they fighting, they lose all of their gear. Like, gotta start, but like, bro, you can't do that. It's high stakes. I like the stakes. I feel the stakes just as much, but I'm not hating on
I
them.
feel like the stakes is different though, because you just mentioned they lose their gear. Like, yeah, that sucks. But like, if you die, like the stakes in solo leveling is you die.
He won't die though. His plot armor. It's like miss me with the plot armor, bro. It's plot armor, bro. He won't die. He can't die. So I'm just like, bro, he got plot armor, bro. He's gonna keep getting stronger and stronger until he can do all of these dungeons by himself, solo. Otherwise, it won't be called solo leveling, bro. The whole point is for him to become like a god.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm anxious to see that shit, but I mean, I don't kill it.
I feel like you're killing it a little bit though, because you said like, you know what it is. I think when you talk about Forbidden Kingdom, right, you think of like the shock value with like all the gruesome gore and shit, and there's not as much I think obviously of that in solo leveling, but I mean,
Yeah, you had an episode 2 shot solo level. It was shot value, but I mean, it's not a hate thing, bro. It's literally one of those things where it's just like it was the same. Angel used the perfect analogy when he was like, "Man, I watched The Bear. Everybody said The Bear was like the greatest show ever. I watched it. He was like, it's good, but greatest show ever. I don't know about that, nah." But he was like, it's cool. I was like, bro, that's exactly how I feel about solo leveling.
Right.
It's the exact same way, and he fought me on that. Like, he fought me for like an hour on that phone.
Well, to be fair, he had cabin fever, so he had to take his anger out somewhere.
yeah, he's not getting no pussy. He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. But
He got time. He got time to fight.
But anyway, I don't want to keep the show over too long because of that. But
Oh no, you're good. You're all good. No. I wanted to give you the floor.
no, bro, solo leveling is bro, watch solo leveling. Watch it, bro. It's like the most popular show it's the most popular new show of the season. You should absolutely see what the hype about and judge it for yourself. That's what I'll tell anybody, bro. Watch it for yourself and judge it. Me personally, it's not a skill. I don't think it's like mid. It's not even half of the season is aired yet, bro. I'm not gonna judge it off of the first 5 episodes.
Right.
So far,
again, it's unfair to compare a 17 episode.
Bro, you can't compare 4 or 5 episodes to a show that has a whole full 12, 13 episode core in the bank.
It's like a season and a half, yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like, bro, that's just not even fair. But I will say Sunday mornings, I ain't gonna lie, bro, gets me. That's my favorite show of the season right now. And it's like, yeah, that's just my favorite show of the season. It's like, bro, I'm biased at this point. At this point, I'm probably biased, bro. It's probably just my favorite.
It's okay.
So I'll say that. I was just like, bro, I'm just biased.
Oh no, that's fair. We all have that basically. So
sometimes you just fall in love and you like, yeah, bro, I'm in love now.
You sound like me with Dr. Elise.
I'm like, bro, I'm in love now. It's just like, bro, I don't like this show. I love this show.
Like, I love Dr. Elise, bro. As a single, Dr. Elise is my favorite solo, I think, honestly.
Out of new shows, I don't have a particular favorite out of all the new shows just
yet. Not right now, no.
I'll wait. Well, I mean, I can tell you right now, solo leveling's up there. That's not my number one though. I mean, Sign of Affection is one of my absolute favorites, no doubt. What's it called? As I mentioned, Dr. Elise, super underrated in my opinion. And I haven't seen Hokkaido enough yet to determine that.
You're not caught up on that. So yeah, you guys tell me about. So give me your thoughts on solo leveling, so we can, you guys tell me.
Interesting episode. I like the little glow up he did. Like he finally looks like
muscles
protagonist instead of
it's true
shit.
Glow up.
No, it's true. He got muscles and shit. Like he's
got a nurse's number.
He's got a nurse's number, thinking like, oh, you're gonna tell me test results. Like, oh yeah, she's gonna send you some test results. All right. She's gonna be like, I'm clean. You can fuck me without a rubber.
Like I said, overall I am enjoying Solo, but as Starman said, like it's not like I can't call it a GOAT, especially for the season, especially with how it's been paced.
And it's only gonna be 12. It's not like it's 24
Yeah,
or
like, I
12.
don't know. Yeah, like, I
Well,
don't,
you got the general gist of what it's gonna be. You're gonna get like a good setup. You're gonna see him like potentially go through some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But the Starman story, you have the plot armor.
basically a training arc.
Yeah, the plot
yeah.
armor is there. He's not gonna die. And then on top of that, like we already know that like every critical juncture is gonna end in a cliffhanger. You're not gonna get. It's gonna always like it's gonna follow these 2 to 3 episodes. Like are gonna be like that particular like dungeon.
Cliffhanger. And you know what though? That cliffhanger shit, like, bro, I think I'm spoiled on the cliffhanger thing because so many shows in the past of, bro,
You just binge them shit.
anime cliffhangers will burn you the fuck out.
I don't feel that way necessarily. Honestly, I think what
Really?
It's just more of it depends on how they do it.
Yeah, like I don't mind it as someone that prefers weekly anime versus binging. You prefer binging over weekly, so whenever you have a cliffhanger, it's not that big of a deal because you just skip on the next episode.
That might be the
On
case.
the next
Ethan.
episode.
Why are you saying that? This probably was a show I probably enjoy this shit a lot more if I binged it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, like, if I binged this shit all the way through, honestly, I was like, damn, Netflix, why y'all couldn't get Solo leveling? And just drop the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Just December, January 18th, drop the whole shit.
nah, man. Speaking of binge, I already talked about this. You mentioned before.
I'm dead ass though. Netflix should have got this shit and dropped the whole fucking thing at one time, whole season right there.
Just JoJo'd it.
Just dropped it. I feel like this. I was like, bro, you need to let me paste this shit at my own volition.
Yeah. Speaking of Netflix anime, though, that's not an anime. Real quick, I just want when I got shit faced last night. I was at my friend's house and we watched I watched the first 5 episodes of Blue Eyed Samurai. That shit is lit. I was actually again pissed it was not in Japanese. I was legitimately like upset. I was upset that it wasn't in Japanese.
Yeah, everybody told me it's lit. Everybody who told me it's my chiropractor suggested it to me when I went to the chiropractor last week. Like one of my best friends, he been told me about it. I feel like one day I'll watch it, but I got so much on my plate right now. I'm no longer going to prioritize.
It's not going anywhere, so
yeah,
it's not gonna go anywhere. And you can tell there's gonna be multiple seasons of it. So you're good. Like when the next season drop, you could binge it, like I said. But no, I watched 5 hours of that bitch. That shit was lit. Fucking lit. Anyway, it's not an anime according to fucking everybody. I checked it out.
It's a anime. It's an actual studio. Like it's a studio in France that made it.
Cartoon. I mean, Castlevania is not an anime, and
people call that an anime. Yeah,
and bro, if that shit was classified as an anime, it would have trumped. That shit would have made my top 3. If I could have put Castlevania in my top 3, but it's not, bro. Castlevania would have trumped so many other shows.
I hear that.
But we just got Pilgrim, so fuck MAL for that.
Yeah, true. Y'all just got Pilgrim. But no, back to Solo Leveling before we move on. It's just interesting how like, now that like he has OP power, like nobody realizes how OP is. He still maintains like his knowledge of like being a hunter, and like the whole time because of his like extra powers of perception, he's no longer oblivious. He has like an advantage over people that other people don't have because when you think of like power and strength and things like that, perception isn't necessarily really one of those things. Like probably the best of the best have perception, but now he's like super keen on everything, and the whole time he's just like, nah, there's something fucked up with this group. Like there's something really fucked up. Like, and then finally it happens where the fucking they block them in, they ditch them so they could die, and then they'll go in, kill the fucking the giant spider and take all of the
give me the loot
stones. Give me the loot. I'm a bad man. Anyway, yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and of course now he's gonna fucking just be OP as fuck, fucking take out that bitch like no problem, snitch on those other motherfuckers so they all get like in trouble and shit. And I think it's gonna be interesting too, because once you realize like, oh, you took out a C rank thing by yourself, like no damage, no problem. You already have like the aura and the moniker of the world's worst hunter ever. Like he's gonna start bringing suspicion now, and I think that'll lend itself to more positivity in terms of our perception of the story. I think the more that he cracks that, the more it's gonna be like
We'll see. We'll see. Knowing him, he will let Buddy with all the hot shit gear take all the credit and be like, bro, I don't want the spotlight. Tell them you did it.
He's
And
gonna be said, oh god.
Oh God, it's forbidden deductions. It's
Smell that
forbidden deductions.
Smell it. It's like, nah, bro, you take all the credit. I am not about to get mixed up in this shit.
Yeah. And I love, by the way, when he took the broken sword and just yeeted it at the fucking the C rank monster on the street and just fucking like just broke its fucking skull. And then they're like, yeah, that hunter, and he's like nowhere to be found except like his girl that loves him is like, I think I saw him. I'm bugging. Like this nigga was garbage. Like why is he like throwing a broken sword at somebody and defeating a monster like that? The fuck?
Right.
Yeah, man. You gotta serve your God.
All right, but let's move on. Dangers in My Heart, season 2.
Banger after banger after
I'm
banger.
caught up, finally.
Yes.
I am loving that Yamada and Kyo are coming to terms with their insecurities
Yes.
and overcoming them. I am loving how they are handling that.
Yes.
And we got an actual legit first date episode.
Yes.
I was very happy with it.
Yes.
And of course, fucking Kyo's sister is the one that works at this ramen shop.
The takoyaki fucking shop.
Yep.
Like, go figure. The one place they're like randomly stop at, it's her fucking job.
Yep.
That's
But
fine.
no, I like that. Before that, though, it was Yamada had a ticket for a movie. And then she gave it to Kyo. And then Kyo just says, as he gives it back to her, like, how about come with me? Like, let me, like, want to go together.
And I love the part also soon there afterwards in the subway where she apologizes. She's like, I'm sorry for making you ask me to come with you. And he's like, no, like, you know, it's fine. Like, it's fine. We could just go watch together. And they both, like, in his heart, he's like, I followed my heart. I followed the danger in my heart. But, you know, I don't know. Like, riddle me this. I'm a little, not perplexed. I see what you did there. I'm not perplexed, but I'm very, like, iffy about the whole like inner monologue thing where like it's like he's like damn near batshit crazy talking to like his future like confident self and like having like back and forths in the middle of broad daylight while fucking Anna just comes up from over there and just like, you know, hey, you know, and then like that shit stops like that. Like I get the whole principle of the inner monologue piece where you have the self-doubts, like you said, the insecurities. But like I don't know, like there's certain instances where I'm just like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, no, you're not needed right now. Let this kid figure it out. You know what I mean? And then like in your
him talking to himself is like him figuring out because it is him. It's not like he's talking to someone else completely different. It is him.
It is him, but like I'm not a big fan of the placement of that.
You just don't want him there.
Sometimes sometimes I do. Like I said, when like it's private, like he's sitting alone in solitude and he has these inner monologue like conversations. I get that, but like in the middle of like broad daylight, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan.
I mean, it's not like other people can hear him when he has those conversations.
He literally was about toward the end of it was like the middle toward the end of the episode. He literally was like, go away, and then Anna shows up all out of breath, running because she thought like he was sick and he wasn't feeling well. Yeah. So she came like, you know.
No one was ever like, who you talking to? Even when he was at her house in the bathroom and he was practically shouting, no one was like, who you talking to? So it's like, okay, well, the fact
it's a big red flag if you get with the dude he's talking to himself
my favorite part, I will go back to that episode. I did like the fact that I've seen this before, right? I love how I just keep seeing shit before. So I seen it before when it was just like, yeah, dude, you went straight to that bathroom like you already knew what the fuck it was. And I'm waiting for somebody to call you out on that shit.
It didn't dawn on me until that was episode 4, I think it was.
Before the end of the episode, someone called. I know that. I'm backtracking. I'm just saying.
No. I get that. Yeah, I was just like, I didn't think about that when that popped out. It didn't dawn on me.
I figured out what the show does, though. I mean, let me see. Anna will, Yamada, she'll jump out and she'll take the initiative and she'll just do something without thinking, and just shoot it to him to do. He will second guess it, sit back and just, do it so self-depravity thing, like, oh no, there's no way this means such and such. And then he'll get a confirmation either by his inner self or someone else, probably his sister or someone. He gets that inner confirmation. That inner confirmation gives him the confidence to affirm and validate what Anna just did or responded to, because after she does it, the anxiety of it all, she starts to really like second guess herself. Like maybe she did too much. I can't believe I did that. She starts to feel embarrassed and starts to feel small. And even though I like that dynamic because he's smaller than her. So those moments really make her feel really smaller than him. And he'll be the man, of the situation. And just, he'll come in and he'll like stick his chest out and, okay, yeah, we're doing this. Oh yeah, let's do this. Because she'll give him every opportunity to make it seem like it's his idea, and then she's back to her regular self. But each and every episode, that same thing happens. But it's not like it's a negative thing. It's like there's always a dynamic around that to make it happen. From the cooking episode to the what preceded after with the chocolate to what preceded after, which was with the date. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I just can't wait for him to stop doing is stop denying, oh yeah, we're just friends. We're friends. Cause I'm like, bro, last time you did that shit, she got upset. So
Well, no, it made sense in this episode though because of the fact that like the agent was just like, your relationship is like it's not a good thing. Like you're gonna cost her because she's at a critical juncture in her career, and he's like, whoa, like you thought we were together? We're not together. We're just friends. In that instance, it's true because there's nothing affirmed. As adults, as adults, it's easy to say like, yeah, they're in the talking stage, like they're
well,
full on
no.
talking.
Like the adult be like, my instinct, I know my instinct. It's like I know that this is what it is. Sister knows, it's like everybody knows but them. They're tiptoeing around it.
Yeah,
Like because Anna will say yes. He just doesn't believe he kind of believes he has a shot, and he just admits to his sister that he likes her, that he wants to be her boyfriend. So
yeah.
now it's just all about making it official. He wants that position. He's voiced it. He said it. So now he's just being technical with the guy because it's not really confirmed. So yeah, he didn't lie to the dude, but it's just like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, it's not technically not her boyfriend, but yeah, bro, everybody knows where the fuck this is going, but
Right now they're in a situation shit, Starman.
As a fact, even though we probably can,
no, right now they're dating.
it doesn't make it bad. They're doing it right. They're doing it well. That's why.
Yeah, I'm not disputing. I don't have any arguments with it. I'm just.
I'm just saying. That, yeah, I know we've seen this, but as long as they do it well, I don't see it as an issue for me.
I didn't say it was an issue. I was just pointing out. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain thing that happens every episode that kind of. They do this thing and it goes back and forth, up and down. They add something around it, and then it builds upon itself. It's like a snowball. It just keeps going and going and going. And I think that's the big catch to the show is you get invested seeing all the small parts get added, and just when you think there is enough to build a snowman, okay, this week they're gonna finally build the fucking snowman.
Yeah,
they don't. And then you're like, oh.
It's going to be, you can already tell what it's going to be. It's going to be like they're going to hit that influx in the road, like that fork in the road. There's going to be some traumatic event that pushes Anna completely away. Like she's going to feel absolutely rejected.
From what we saw from the last episode was probably her career. Because the manager basically put that in his head, like, hey.
But, at the same time, like the manager mentions this and he brushed over that too. He's like, what? He questioned it, but he didn't really go in depth on it. But the manager was like, Anna talks about you like you're like the pride and joy of her life. She has never experienced anything like that. And I think like one of like the silliness of children when it comes to like, middle school and high school kids is they'll give up, like when they're like in genuine like real love, they'll give everything up because they believe it's real. And, most times in real life, that's not the case. But at least in an anime, you would believe that. I totally see that career thing being what takes them apart. But I totally see Anna like saying, like, do I care about my happiness and the money with modeling? Or do I care about the happiness that the Kyotaro gives me?
My mic had cut off. I was in the middle of something, but it's all good. But no. I mean, I ain't got no qualms with the show. I like the show. I love it.
I love this season.
All I was saying was like, bro, I figured out why it hits everybody in the same way, and that's because just when you think it's gonna click the way you want it to. They find something else to add on,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh shit, I thought they were done. Nope. And then they just add
And
more
it's
stuff.
like, wow, when you get it. It's not like a
Yeah,
disappointment.
like
It's like,
you,
holy
you
shit.
The
yeah,
light novel's still going, I think, too. On top of that, right? The manga's still going.
I think it's almost done. I'm not sure.
but no. I mean, no, it's definitely doing a lot of things that some of my favorite romance rom-coms have done in the past. It's definitely a nice little interesting twist, and I like the way that they just take familiar tropes that I've seen and continue to like keep them fresh. And the inner monologue is a fresh aspect of it. Um, Both of the characters get a chance to be themselves. Um, he touches her more. Like she
He
gets
does.
cry. He hugs her now. Like
He's not afraid. Like when she like hands him the backpack, he's not like flinching. Like, oh, it's just he does like typical. That's a typical boyfriend thing. Your girlfriend hands you the backpack, you hold the backpack. You
yeah,
don't
he's
see anything about it.
it's a growth, and I think there's so much satisfaction to be found with the way that everybody's just kind of like grows. Anna more or less looks like she stays the same until a big event happens, and then you kind of get more insight into her because most of the show, just focuses on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Until something big happens. I think the whole thing with the parents and the chocolate was a big deal. Like that
Yeah.
episode was a really big deal. Like I
Yeah.
missed the fact that I wasn't here to help cover that because I felt like that was probably one of the best moments.
It was.
Like
It was. I think that's going to be critical junctures. Is going to be when he goes over to their house, or Anna goes to his house. But I think more than likely when he goes to her house on a consistent basis under the guise of I'm going to play video games with your dad, something like that. You know what I mean? And like I think that'll like be like really like building. And we've seen like one thing they haven't talked about, which I'm curious about, and I'm not even trying to be perverted, but the whole puberty aspect, right? Like when you really think about they haven't really touched the puberty aspect since that one episode earlier in the season. But B, when you think about all of
what do you mean by
like,
that?
hmm?
What do you mean by that?
Like the physical like aspect of puberty, like they talk about his voice, changing.
Voice
Maybe
changing.
he grows a little bit. Like with puberty comes the sexual
Of
aspects.
course,
Like he
yeah.
gets like an uncontrollable boner one day. Like it'd be funny, but and I'm not trying to be like I said, I'm not trying to be perverted when I say that, but I feel like that would also add more to like the feelings aspect. Like depending on what Anna knows and how she feels about it. Like there's stuff to be told from that. I don't think the show will go there because it's not that type of show, but you can build on that aspect as well. And I was thinking about that actually in retrospect when I was watching the show about the whole idea of like these feelings since they're in junior high school. And these are like pubescent feelings when you think about it. Like this is, the puppy love that you have, especially when you're that age. I think they showcase that really, really well. This isn't a mature love, but it's like a pure form of love because of the fact it's both of their very first loves, and they're navigating through like themselves internally, as Matt said, the insecurities and things of that nature, and then just how to navigate with inexperienced someone. I think when we talk about like all these animes that talk about experience and inexperience, I think this is the greatest form of learning through inexperience, and kind of like leaning into that aspect where like you try to find and try and grow, and that's how you really gain the experience that you don't have. So
Right.
there's different aspects from that piece as well you could talk about.
Right. But no, a very good episode. I like that they're not slamming on the brake. They're still picking up from season one to get this and develop the more. So just again, like we said in the group chat, like it's not a resets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like next arc, oh, they rediscovered feelings, even though we know they had those feelings from the last fucking season.
I love the end too. It was adorable when Kyotaro was like, "Yeah, I snuck a picture of you," and it's like just a candid picture. And of course, Anna being the typical girl, like, "Oh, I look ugly. You should have told me you wanted a picture. I would have let you take a picture." And he goes, "No, like I think you're really pretty here." And it's her smiling, laughing, just being like an innocent girl. And he thinks like she's the prettiest when she's herself and when she's happy and when she's just purely happy about whatever she's happy about. And like you just see Anna just beam. She just is glowing with like, yay, he thinks I'm pretty. And it means a lot to her for her self-confidence and things of that nature. But again, they don't delve into like those deeper aspects of it. Like you would, like, for example, with a like Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I think like some of the aspects of like this show, Dangers in My Heart, would go tremendous with like how they do stuff in Bunny Girl Senpai. Just from like that teenage angst perspective. That's one of the reasons why I love that show so much, because of the fact that it really does delve into, those pieces. So I think, like, maybe if there would be something that I would want more of from Dangers in My Heart, it would be that aspect of it, of like leaning into the seriousness of what it's like to be like a pubescent boy and girl dealing with like first feelings and how to navigate themselves through insecurities. You know what I mean? So
But let's end. You have one more, and that is A Sign of Affection.
I love this show. This is absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, one of my favorites. Like I said, I have Dr. Elise as one of my favorites of the season as a solo, but in terms of what we're watching together, Dangers has been killing it, and especially Sign of Affection. It is amazing. Starman, you mentioned something that I didn't. Was it you or was it somebody had mentioned? I think that, like, oh, Ethan didn't like Boji, but you'll like fucking this girl.
I mean, I think someone said that to you about, just somebody being deaf. Like, I guess you having an issue with, I know you've constantly voiced your displeasure with disabled people being disabled, because you think it's like you just have an issue with disabled
I
people.
don't have an issue with disabled people. It's unfortunate that they're disabled. I'm not going to sit here and be a cripple hater. Like, I'm not a cripple hater. I make
Oh,
cripple jokes, but I'm not a cripple hater.
okay. Well, let's kick this off. Sign of Affection, episode 5. This is one of my favorite shows of the season. They end up going on a group date to Costco. They're going on the group date to Costco. You can spend most of this episode nervous. Basically, the previous episode they were at Costco, but towards the end of the episode, she gets the invite. It's just like, hey, let's leave, Shawty. Let's go hang back to my place. All right. So
first off, on that piece as well, I'm really glad that neither character thought about anything like, being a pervert, but I'm glad that there was no like pervert thoughts from either of them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? From that piece, like, there's not like, oh my god, is he gonna try and sleep with me? Like, I'm alone with him. He can, like, is he gonna like do things to me? Things like
I
that.
know. Like, my mind never goes there, because just the way the show is. You know what I'm saying? It just never really goes there. But anyway, Nagi Isuomi, he really wants to learn. He really cares about Yuki. He really wants to learn pretty much like into her world. She kind of is suspect at this point. She's never had a guy really take any real interest in her aside from Asuki. Ashoki, he's always been mean, but he likes her, but he never really got his shot. He's gonna watch Dog's Friend. He got something going on, so apparently he got a girl that like him, but he's still stuck on her because he's just jealous. I like how Itsuomi had kind of stares him down and was just like, "Nah, I can touch her like that, bro. We good this way." Oh nah.
Yeah.
I like how he was just.
He's trying to play the fucking the overprotective big brother.
It ain't that, bro. It's just genuine. It's just like, bro, mind your business, player.
Bro, but I mean, like, he's acting like he's like 8 with her, like, and that's why it's like it's such an odd dynamic where it's like, yeah,
Ashoki.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other dude that like has been like her childhood best friend that always like calls her an idiot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Just,
but I think the thing is, like, you protected this person their entire life, and he doesn't know how to be anything but overly protective. And so, no guys have necessarily tried to talk to her because there's so much work that goes in it. Like, she fell head over heels for Itsuomi, like, easily. Like, her heart is so innocent and pure. She fell for him like that because he was just that genuine. And as much as she knows she has to be careful, everybody around her gave her the green flag. But even in her mind, she was just like, well, I
think no, but you know what? I think what it is not even just a genuine piece. Like, yeah, obviously that lends itself to be a good asset, but it's because he's so foreign and she's so curious about the world. If he was just like a normal Japanese person that like stayed in Japan and just worked his job and like, was like a quiet homebody, I don't think it would have the same effect. I think one of the things that like she's so like fascinated by her is because of
it's the moment. I think there's definitely a fascination with him that goes beyond just I mean,
He's
he
well
is
traveled
well.
and everything.
He is well traveled. That definitely is like just a shining. That's his plot armor. He's this traveled guy who it's like this. Her world is her world, and you have to come into her world because she can't experience the normal world.
Mhm.
He's seen the whole world, a world she can't even imagine. He's going out seeing it, so he knows different languages, like verbally. She
Mhm.
knows sign language, so he's learning this sign language to kind of like blend her world. The dynamic really comes into play is some people will question, like Emma question, is does he really care about her, or does he
Or is this so fascinated with what she?
learning a new language? It's
Yeah,
this just a fucking like sociology geography project for him. You know what I'm saying? Is that
yeah.
all of this is? Because Emma is one of my favorite characters because
I
I'm
don't
glad
like her.
this show wasn't a straight just lovey-dovey, they fawn over each other and just get close to her. So it should have been boring. I like the
She
fact
got
that
love.
my favorite no, because Emma keeps, I like drama. So
Yeah, yeah.
Emma Emma gives that conflict and that drama. I love how last week episode, so Emma comes over and Yuki's like, you know what? I'm gonna do the polite thing and dip because he got company. So when she sees her comes out, she was like, the fuck? Who is this girl? That's the deaf
Yes.
girl. She didn't know she was
It's
deaf.
like each somebody just like leaves her like, well, bye.
I love how Emma was like, thanks for letting me spend the night last night. And she was deaf, so she didn't even hear that shit. And she was like, wait a minute, she's not reacting to that shit. And I'm sitting there like, you dumb bitch, she can't hear you, she deaf. And I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, Emma's trying to be so messy. She's being so fucking messy.
Hated it.
The
Hated. I was like, bitch,
is in her
accept your L.
but
Go find another mo.
but the
Go find
pie's in
another
her
dude.
face because Yuki can't hear. And then after she tries to be this mess and he's disgusted with it, he's like, Shawty, give me back my goddamn key because you're doing too much. Give me my key.
Mhm.
Bye, peace out. And he runs behind her to go and catch her, being like, hold on, why are you walking by yourself? Where you going? We
Mhm.
got to pick up where we left off. And she's like, well, what happened to the girl back? I'll ask him later. And then that's why I like, her best friend comes in and I'm like, yo, shawty, like she's, man, that's the MVP right there, man. That's like the best side character.
Yeah, she is the
Right
best.
now.
She is a good wing girl, no
Yeah,
doubt.
Ren is straight MVP. Ren straight up, hey, I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna invite him over here and I'm gonna leave. Didn't even tell her, oh yeah, it's Womi's here. I'm gonna go, peace out. And I really hope that she gets the guy that she likes. And I like the fact that they
Mhm.
talk about their friends, what's going on with their friends. I like how they kind of they're
Yeah.
worried about that. Is if that's their bond.
Yeah,
But
that's where they react because she's so awkward. Emma, or not Emma, the other girl, Rin. Rin is so
friends,
awkward when it comes to like because she's so smitten over Homeboy, but at the same time, Homeboy is like he denies it. He's just excuse me. Um, he's like, no, there's nothing going on. Like we're just friends, and he's cool like that. Where like he gets away with that, but at the same time, like there's something going on clearly. Like he's alone with a pretty girl. He's not oblivious. You got to think he knows the
no,
pretty girl's into her. So
Nagi is probably just focused on his restaurant, his endeavors, the stuff he got going on. I think at this point he just, it's a good way to kind of you kind of suck, bro. Like, it's like, yeah, Nagi might have to take one for the team to kind of keep an eye on his cousin. And like, Ren generally wants to be there. So
yeah.
I'm anxious to see what's gonna happen with them. The most profound thing I found from this episode before we get off of here, though, is Emma's friend. I think Emma's friend, what is his name? Shin.
What
Man,
the
Shin, yeah, Shin.
Nagi?
No, it's Shin. You're talking about Emma's the. I thought he was gay at first, but he's just
Oh, sorry, it is Shin, the hairdresser.
yeah, the hairdresser. Yeah,
But I think Shin is friend zoned by Emma. I think he's friend zoned. He's like, I really want you to give up on him. And maybe if you give up on him, you can pay attention to me because I really like you. Because last week he was like, so do you want to drink? And he's like, because every episode she asks him to drink and he drinks, but he's slowly been like, nah, okay. But this at the end of the episode, he's like, I ain't even drinking. He's straight turned off.
I
He's
feel
straight
like
up.
Emma is going to try to get Nagi drunk some
Yeah,
point.
you know what I'm saying? 'Cause she's like, man, you
you could tell she's gonna get him in like a situation where like he's vulnerable. She's gonna try and take advantage of that to specifically cause drama to break him and fucking and
She's gonna do some
homegirl
mean
up.
girl shit. She's going to do some mean girl shit,
Mhm,
and she's gonna bear herself in an even deeper hole where she's
mhm.
not gonna get this guy. Because right now he's just not interested. She's beautiful. She's a model. Like that's the whole thing about her. She's a beautiful model.
Mhm.
But to him, it's just like, yeah, this other girl, this deaf girl is cute too. But there's just something more to
He
her. Like,
appreciates the innocence. Like he knows, like, yo, Emma's just throwing herself. Like, please, like, let me spend the night. Please, I'll open my legs for you. You know what to do, right? Do you need me to tell you what to do? Because
Yeah,
I want you to do it.
Doggy just doesn't see her that way. Just likes
I
having
mean,
him
No.
as
it's
a
so
friend.
much to learn. I
But
think
I want to know because they're like, oh, they were high school friends. I want to know where this all started. Like, where is it that she fell in love with him? Where is it that like he realized like, nah, I don't want to be with this girl. Like, she's
I wouldn't be
red flag.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow's episode opened up with the flashback because almost every like my favorite thing about Signs of Affection, they do a lot of the same things that Love and Yamada did, which is they'll when someone starts having introspective thoughts, the anime just goes
Go
crazy.
back, yeah.
The shit just animation just goes crazy. They just start throwing colors in, they start opening up stuff, they just start
Mhm,
music, everything just start blossoming. I was like,
mhm,
okay, yeah, that's dope. Keep doing that. And they keep
mhm.
doing that. Like Emma can't speak. Not Emma, but Yuki can't speak. She laughed this past week, and I thought it was the cutest thing ever.
It was, yeah. And it
Um,
wasn't like, when she laughed, I was thinking to myself, like, if you ever listen to a deaf person talk or a deaf person like make noise in general,
to talk because she's scared of like her voice, like
yeah,
sounding.
she can't hear what it sounds like.
Yeah, have you ever seen A Sign of Affection?
What
Not
you
A
mean?
Sign of Affection. Have you seen
They
my
were
bad.
talking about it.
You know what I mean?
You talking
God,
about a silent voice?
huh?
A silent voice?
A Sign of Voice. You seen A Sign of Voice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a silent voice.
I think it's more or less you already kind of know it to expect. Like with that, you know it to expect. And honestly, because I watched that, that's what made me want to watch this in the beginning.
Oh yeah, same. Same. I cried so hard for a silent voice. I was on like, bro, my heart was aching when she almost committed suicide.
But rom-com wise, well, I ain't gonna say rom-com, it's drama. Romance wise, this is definitely my favorite romance so far.
Yep.
Um,
Same.
yeah, it's like adults romance.
Same. I've got even gotten over the lips aspect because everything else about it is just so visually stunning.
Bro, they draw the lips like that, so there's an emphasis on her reading their lips.
Reading lips.
Yeah. I get
Yeah, bro,
it. I
that's
get it.
fire.
I get it. I get it. I
That's
get it.
fire.
I get it. No, like it's so visually amazing. Like, anytime I guess I'm a sucker thanks to fucking the original Horror Mia, and then Sasaki and Miyano does the same thing, and then Cherry Magic, the yaoi anime, which I'm episode behind on, they do that. So I find like a lot of the rom-coms now in recent times do like the whole sakura tree, like cherry blossom type of like thing, or you have like the like really like bright like bubbly colors like that are like meshing in like as if you're like tripping on balls on fucking acid, but the way that they do it is just so beautiful. That's one of the things I love about this is when you have that moment between them, they're looking at each other in the eyes, they're holding hands, they're touching like like from like just shoulder to shoulder, from like back to front or whatever the case may be, and you just see like that beautiful like universe that they're enveloped in. I squee every time I see that, bro. I really do. It's just yeah, squee. Yeah. I love it, bro. It just seeing that universe, like being in that universe, understanding what it feels like to be like looking at that person and then seeing them in that light where there's, despite the fact you're public as shit, but
I
it's just
got
in that moment, you know what I mean? Yeah.
No,
I just
it's
adore
an
it, bro.
awesome show. Awesome show. I say check it out if you haven't seen it. If you're watching this, watch it. Sign of Affection.
A very good show. But no, I've been enjoying Sign of Affection. I can't wait to see the drama aspects of it when we get there.
I cringe. And, like Starman said, he lives for the drama. I don't. I live for the lovey-dovey.
I just need a little something. I don't want them to play it safe. Like
I like
going
the
easy
color.
street. I don't want
I
that.
need telenovela.
I
I need messy. I need drama. I need somebody to make a choice. I need motherfuckers' life to change. Like, bro, you got to make a decision. I don't like easy love. Like watching shows, I don't like when the love is easy. I love when that shit come with conflict. I like when that shit come with you gotta doubt yourself, learn yourself, relearn yourself. You gotta give up yourself. I like when that shit comes with sacrifice. Like I like when they really dig deep and it's just not given to you easy. I like when that shit when people have to fight for it.
You don't get that though with like sacrificial fucking like sacrificial love. Like you don't get that very often.
Bro, every romance that I've given a damn near 4.5 or a 5 to, it's because like bro, people had to make hard decisions and sacrifices.
I wouldn't call them sacrifice. Hard decisions, yes, but hard decisions sometimes don't involve sacrifice, bro.
Yeah.
What are you sacrificing? What is he sacrificing? That the girl don't talk? The girl moan different? Like what is
talking about in sign? You talking about in Sign of Affection?
In general? I'm talking about. I made that example just there in Sign of Affection, but like in Yamada, what did Yamada sacrifice?
What in Loving Yamada?
Yeah, like what did what's his face? What did I forget his name now. The dude.
Bro, I mean, it's
what did he specifically sacrifice? What do those type
sacrifice, bro? Yeah. It's comfort, bro. It's comfort. He had to change. He couldn't just sit in the house and play video games all day. He couldn't just stream all the time. He really had to change.
That's called growing up. That's not a sacrifice.
No, bro. He got out of his comfort zone, bro. He had to get out of his comfort zone. He had to change.
Life is about, bro, because if you're looking at the age ranges and stuff, that's not a sacrifice.
That is a sacrifice. Like changing like different aspects of how you do things.
Like, yeah, bro,
I don't know. I'm
lifestyle.
Previous relationship
you sacrifice your time, your lifestyle. You got to put yourself in different positions. You got to risk losing friendships from growing relationships. You got to like risk it. There's a risk there. It's not just like pretty.
You're not wrong, but I don't consider that a sacrifice. I just consider that growing up.
I'm just saying sometimes there are bigger sacrifices than others, but it's just
I feel like sacrifice would be like, sacrifice would be like I need to move to a completely different like country or a completely different prefecture, something like that, or like, oh, like I'm gonna have to sacrifice like time with children, or like, oh, my life is gonna change because now I have something more to live for. That like with a child, like if she's pregnant or whatever, like that type of things. Like when I hear sacrifice, I think of like giving up like a well-paying job to like do like when I talked about right there when I was like if Anna from fucking Dangers of My Heart would to give up her modeling career to be with Kyotaro, that's a sacrifice. I'm thinking sacrifice from like that aspect. I think what you're referencing, in my opinion, is just the process of growing up. Becoming a real life adult.
Growing up, bro. Growing up is you put no effort. When you grow up, you don't put any effort into anything. It just happens. That's what growing up is. You don't put any effort into getting taller. You don't put any effort into like gaining weight. You don't put any effort into like.
But that's all stuff that you don't have control over. Like on the stuff that you do have control over, I think that's a mindset, though. It's a mindset, bro.
The things that you don't have control over and just learning to live with the fact that time marches on. That's growing up. Just accepting that time moves on.
Yeah, time moves on, and then priorities shift. Feelings shift. I don't think you get feelings for a girl as a sacrifice.
Bringing choices into it, it's not a matter of growing up. It's a matter of making decisions. And a decision is you're giving up something, you're compromising, you're giving up something for something else. I'm not saying it happens. I'm not saying there's a formula and it happens 100% in every anime the same way. I'm just saying that typically my favorite dramas or romances that involve drama also involve sacrifices. They involve conflict. They involve like growth. They involve like immense things that happen in these.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that aspect, but I don't call some of that sacrifice. I just don't call some of that.
You don't have to. I'm telling you what I did. Yeah. So you don't have to invalidate something I recognize in an anime because you can't see it. I'm just saying that's one of my favorite things about it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm all about the growth and shit. I'm all about the personal journey that, and the ups and downs of that personal journey. I just, like I said, I don't call it sacrifice. I just call it like growing up.
I hear you. I hear you. I also don't want to keep Matt here all night. We're going on 2
hours.
I
want Matt to jump in.
I didn't want to follow you guys.
Matt should jump in. He's the only one of us that's married. I mean, shit. He's got some insight if he can keep a quality relationship.
That's it is. Like 3 hours. Their sacrifice, no matter how big or small. Like something as you said, like giving up the video game. That was a big thing in someone's life, and that you just stop it or do less or just quit cold turkey. Yeah, that is a change. You do it as yourself or for the relationship. Sacrifices are made, big or small, as he said. That's how it is. it's not be a big dramatic gesture saying, "Hey, tell this family member to fuck off to marry someone." No. Like again, it doesn't have to be a big, major, drastic thing. It could be anything.
I just feel like the word
they are
sacrifice
dealing
has
with.
like the word sacrifice to me has like a gravity. There's a weight to it, and at the end of the day, we're speaking in semantics because the reality of my point is I can't judge somebody's weight from that perspective, no matter how much I'd like to. I just don't have that ability. It's not possible for me to judge like what weighs somebody different versus the other person. But it just I don't know. When I correlate that, my correlation is just the math don't math to me, bro. You know what I mean? Like I see people that are like, oh, like, people that don't accomplish shit when it comes to relationships in their lives. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, like, why not? And they're just like, I don't want to sacrifice like, the most simplistic shit. And I'm like, that's not a sacrifice, bro. That's you want what you want. You got to do it. That's just part of the game, bro.
I mean, that's still a sacrifice. It's like in Dangerous, bro. If he got to go before the whole class and just let everybody know that Yama is his girl, but he got to give up this whole loner persona that he is.
His introverted self. He's got to give that up.
Identity, bro. He got to give.
Not really. Not really. He could just have a moment and then he just go back to himself. Like it's just that don't change you. She didn't fall in love with that.
No, that's not something that just happens. That's a decision he has to make. That's my whole point, though. You can call it sacrifices, but at the end of the day,
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. Tough decisions, life-changing decisions. I'm with it. I'm with that. I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
Speaking of decisions,
you want to segue?
Oh,
Matt,
no.
is there anything else that I haven't caught up on that you have yet to talk about? I stopped watching Witch and the Beast because
we're gonna talk about that when you're off the air.
I'll segue real quick for you guys into Witch of the Beast before I leave. I know Starman literally said this past episode 6 was like amazing. And are they still on? Because you told me like if you don't like up to episode 4, episode 5 introduces new characters. Like does that does it tell is it giving me anything of what I want, which was like the actual legit like real backstory, not like the ABC simple shit that they've given us so far?
No, I think you mentally gave up on it, and I don't think you're gonna get what you want.
But I enjoy Witch and the Beast because it's gory and the animation's really good. The soundtrack's fine. Like I dig that. I just don't like Godot. I don't like Godot. And I just want more of like how Godot got to be such a cunt.
Bro, Godot hasn't been in the past 2 episodes. Godot probably won't be in the next episode. They showed us the preview of the next episode, and in the next episode we're getting another character. They could very well kind of blend an anthology.
Where does this? All right, so where does this story go into?
It's like there's these people who work for this government agency. There are
the order.
People who are trying to catch a witch, but there are other people that work with it, and they use these people to tell other stories that happen in this world. It doesn't have to focus on just
what you said made sense. This is basically fucking like magical witch, like Law and Order. You said that, and I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense.
Every episode of Law and Order ain't got Ice-T in it. Sometimes they focus on the other chick. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody will have a different episode, or they have a different arc in the episode, or a different piece of it. So that's how the storytelling is coming. It's not the same as everybody. We got these 2 characters and we're just gonna follow them around. I like the fact that they gave me other characters and they shifted, because it's just like we've seen what these characters can do. We'll get back to this later. But this past episode was it was gory, of course, but it completed the part, this 2-part with these 2 characters we have.
Yeah, all the episodes go into 2 parts. You get 12 episodes, and there's going to be 1 story for every 2 episodes. So you get 6 different stories. But I just it don't link. That's my problem with I like shows that link, and I'm with you, Starman. I enjoy as long as you make the characters worthwhile and give them meaning. I'm all for having a bunch of characters, right? That mean something, but like have it mean something to the overall story. Like I've been told you guys, to me, Witch and Beast could have done with episode 0. They could have had an episode 0 that showed Godot getting cursed, and then we catch up with her like, I don't know, 10 years later, and she's like a cunt, just like hell bent on fucking finding.
Just lead me to believe this whole thing is not necessarily about her, about them. There's just so much to tell. Because I don't want to drop a spoil on you, but we got a shocking reveal on yesterday's.
We'll reveal that later. Yeah.
We got a shocking reveal. You know what I'm saying? That changes everything about what's going on with, that's going on with Asaf and Godot.
Yep, I can't wait.
Okay, well then that makes sense. Then I would watch that though.
We got a shocking development, but it has nothing to do with them. But it might. Who knows?
I think it does.
Okay.
Or it will. Like she knows.
Okay, you guys understand. Before I go, you guys understand. I want more linearity in terms of the story.
You want to be spoon fed.
I don't want to be spoon fed necessarily.
Yeah,
but
it's not that kind of show. I can tell you right now. They're gonna focus on different characters, different plots,
and you'll get more of the background with each episode instead of just.
You got a random. Oh, that's my fucking nephew, Jay.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Yeah, we can't wait, bro. Random question. I appreciate the watch though, Neff.
I mean, we can get to spring eventually. There's a lot of new shit coming.
Spring's got a lot, man.
Yeah. 20 of them and counting for me. But anyway, all right. Well, I won't hold you up. We're already past the 2-hour mark, so I fucked up the night for you guys.
Talk about
all right, guys. You can follow me on my anime Instagram, anime Daisuke24. You can follow me on Twitter, SHOSTOPPA24. Matt will tell you all about the link trees and where you can catch us at the end of the show when he does his plugs. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys letting me
thank you for being
come on here for a couple hours and
soon.
Yeah, man. Hopefully next week, if not in the next couple weeks, for sure.
Yep, no problem. All right, take care, buddy.
All right, you two guys. Have a good night. Have a great show.
Peace.
Matane minasan. Oh wait, I was about to end stream. I need to leave, not end stream. Oops.
Well,
we're done after this.
All right, guys. Deuce.
All right, Matt. I'm not gonna keep you here long.
We got a couple. We
Yeah, we can
Chain Soldier. Do Chain Soldier next.
Witch and the Beast. Yeah, that's motherfucking Witch.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh man, Fedora, fuck.
Like, yo, she's hot too. I thought she was so beautiful. Fedora was like, it's gorgeous, bro. But like, I did not know. I figured she was a necromancer, but
because this whole arc was about necromancy, and we were talking about the necromancer, but that's the witch part on top of it.
Like, bro, like the way the necromancer puppet guy was like freaked the fuck out, like, oh shit. I lured a witch here. Oh, god damn it, a witch. Fuck. Like, he was just scared. He was just like, hey, bro, I got to go. Like, it's a witch. I am done with this shit. And the first thought that went through my mind was, does Godot know she a witch? Because I can't see Godot letting up. And I feel like I know Asaf knows that she's a witch. But it's a lot that he knows that she doesn't know, because she don't even know how to read the envelopes, what the mission's about, or nothing. But yeah, man, a witch. Fedora, bro, her fine ass.
I love the Johan reveal of like, oh, he's not really dead. He's like, yeah, he's an undead, but he's a witch is undead.
Bro, when he got his throat slit, I was like, damn, they gonna kill him? Y'all ain't gonna go and resurrect him?
Yeah.
I was like, and as soon as that happened, I was just like, oh no, he ain't dead. He undead. Like, I figured it out early because I was like,
yeah. I was like, no, this is way too quick. No,
way too quick because they didn't press it. She just seemed like a little upset. So that's when I thought it was real, because I saw the blood. So I was like, damn, is he dead? And I said, I guess she gonna bring him back. I was like, damn, I guess she got necromancer powers because she understand how this shit work. But dude, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
How the necromancer does it is it's like, oh yeah, he can bring him back, but it's short term.
But
the resurrection, they don't get resurrected. There's no heaven or hell. Their soul is just floating around. So it was just very interesting to learn about this shit.
It made me sick, bro. Like, I watched it, and that whole them explaining that, my mind, I got straight anxiety. I got damn near a panic attack. Just from the idea of it, was just like, yeah, man, like, they soul get pulled from their body from ascending and getting reincarnated, and now it can't do nothing but just float in limbo.
Yeah, if someone tries to bring it down to necromancy, that's it. And it's a very short-term life.
I said, that's a fucked up face. You just can't get back in your body. You can't get a new body.
Choice, yeah.
For eternity. I was like, dude, why would you do that? So it was so satisfying when Johan's like, oh yeah, bro, I'm finna beat your ass. I ain't finna kill you. I'm finna fuck you up though.
He ripped like half his skin, face off.
Bro, that was sick.
I
I'm
was
talking
like, oh
about
my
the way when she call up all those like dead knights, those knights of the dead, and they just ripped apart all these like.
yes, and fucking Jeff just standing there like, what the fuck is happening?
She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to do a witch blood contract." He was like, "Man, I ain't doing that." No, you got to, because you didn't see some shit. You know some shit. I need you to swear you to secrecy.
Yeah, I signed this NDA. I'll bring your girl back.
Yeah. Ain't nothing around it. But at the same time, bro, it's a witch. So in this world, you know, like, bro, witches ain't nothing to fuck with. It's like, bro, you got to sign that NDA. You got to.
But no, this was again. It was very unsettling with with how necromancies are, the reveal of the witch, and just the violence of it, the gore of it, and it's just holy shit.
Yeah, man, it was sick. I didn't expect that twist, but it was a dope twist. It really, for us to two-part to get these, because I ain't gonna lie, when they shifted to these two new characters and just kind of passed the story off, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and the story immediately got interesting. As soon as they walked on the porch and the dude was like, yeah, and they slit Johan's throat. I was like, I'm in. I'm fucking
Yeah, I
in.
was like, I don't know who these people are, but if it's gonna tie into what we get, I'm in. Yeah.
I immediately started getting murder farce vibes as soon as that happened. I was like, okay.
Right.
Like, okay, y'all giving me murder farce vibes. Now I got a whole mystery. I got a beautiful girl trying to solve the mystery, and then I got this other guy who just can't be killed. I was like, I like this. All I need is a maid with a shotgun, and we in it.
Well, you'll have Jeff with a gun, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, he's just standing there, but no, I'm not gonna like The Witch and the Beast is
It's an underrated show.
it's a good show. Like, I think this show, out of any other shows I've seen, has the potential to. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the year, MAL or any charts you've seen, it started like going up. It started trending upwards. I really can see this one trending upwards.
I hope so, yeah, because this has a lot of potential.
It has a lot of potential. Great
So,
show,
yeah,
great show. Like,
I just if it doesn't fumble, we'll be good. But no, it leaves me intrigued, especially like near the end of the episodes. Like you get a reveal of what happens.
exactly. It's definitely edging out Rouge, Metallic Rouge right now. It's like, yeah, bro. It got
Story wise, yes.
yeah. But because I love it visually and I love just the whole atmosphere. I love the atmosphere and I love it's a different type of storytelling. Like I said, like Ethan said, they could have did this shit like Full Metal Alchemist, right? They could have gave you the first 2 episodes where you were in it, and then when you get to episode 3, it was like, all right, we're gonna give you the flashback and start at the beginning and then go from there. And I think that would have been a very good show to watch. But the fact that they were like, nah, bro, we're not gonna even do that. Matter of fact, we're not gonna even show these characters for 2 episodes. Peace out. I'm like, I don't see any most shows when they do that, brother. That shows suicide. Like you
you're learning as we're going. Like
so I like that. I like that.
That's what
No other show this season that I've seen in a while just said, hey, F5 main characters, check out these guys.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I can't wait. I can't wait for Thursday. But let's go on. Chain Soldier.
I just watched the latest episode of Chain Soldier today.
Yeah, we had Shushu and Sahara having a fight now, and Sahara's powers, man.
man, bro, like that's the crazy thing about it. Because we get to see her go all Super Saiyan and shit. I was like, oh, so you just gonna go Super Saiyan?
That's the blonde hair and everything, the maple syrup looking fucking hair, yeah.
Right. It's like, okay, so your hair gonna turn gold, and then now you got the super move that if you are if your super move is being maxed out and you fall asleep, like you go berserk.
Yeah, Ultra Instinct. I was waiting for the music to go like Gaka Gajidaze.
Man, it was it was a dope episode because I like Tinka, and I haven't had a chance to see what she does, but I like Unit 6. Like Unit 6.
Oh yeah, Unit 6 is cool.
Unit 6 seems pretty cool. My favorite thing about this past week's episode is the transformation. I did not see the transformation coming.
For which one?
Well, we seen two masters hop on
Oh
his
yeah,
boat.
Yuki, yeah, with the little fusion with the speed and the regular one with the two, yeah.
I thought it was dope. Like I like the mix of the CGI. So when Yuki ends up like transforming, it's like, oh, okay, Yuki, you gonna transform. Both of the girls gonna jump on you. You know, Azuma jump on you. You know, Yuzen jumped on you. Okay, let's go. And I like the fact that when they combined them, they gave him a new ability.
Yeah. And yeah, we got what you call it? Raiden, the human mix of the what are the monsters called again?
Yeah, I gotta go back and get that like their names and double check.
You know, well, I'm trying to figure out what they're called. The Shuki, sorry, Shuki. Yeah, they got the hybrid Shuki with Raiden with doing the doing the electricity.
No,
Raiden Yachiho with the time girl.
it no. I want to go back to Shushu's fight. That entire fight, the animation looked different than any other fight I've seen so far. Like it was animated differently. They did a different style. Like I even saw a Kill la Kill reference, and I was like, aha. And it was a really brief. It was a brief reference when the announcer was announcing the match. Um, she did one of the poses Mako would do when in Kill la Kill.
Doing her little pep talk or something like that.
The way she did the pose, she did this thing right there, and she kind of blinked, and then the star had come in. The way she had the mic, I was like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I said, I seen that in Kill la Kill. Like the animation even kind of looked the same type of way. Like it was fast. It was like you blink, you missed it. But it was just like, okay, I've seen that before. It was just, I think it was not a nice little callback. But that whole fight, they well, cool. I also like seeing Shushu get jealous. Like she was like, I think she likes Yuki for real. To everybody else, yeah,
Oh, yeah, she definitely is. Yeah, because she saw Yuki and Himari doing that makeout session.
Yeah, she was like,
that's what you mean by physically demanded.
Yeah, but then in the episode, she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kiss you. I can't tell him until he likes me more." I was like, "Oh, you like him now?"
Yeah, just gave him the random kiss. She's probably gonna try to find a way how she could be a master for the Chain Fang, get his own.
Man, if that made him giant, I have no idea. But Chain Soldier's fun. Even beside the nudity, which they more or less they'll pop a titty out for whatever reason at this point.
Yeah, I didn't like the the announcer just having her clothes blow up.
You see, then everything just pops out, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm desensitized for reasons I won't say on this show.
It's like, I don't think that was needed, but sure, why not?
Yeah. It's not the most shocking thing I've seen this week, but no. I feel you though. It was like kind of odd. It just happened out of nowhere, but it's fan service. What the hell? Yeah. But
I am excited for what Tenka could do with her stuff.
I like the fact that the enemy is like, yeah, man, while you guys in the middle of this fight and tiring yourselves out, we're gonna attack right now. Like I like fuck the plot, man. I don't know what's going on with him and his sister. He knows that's his sister. That's cool. At this point, it's just like, yeah, bro, they ate these evil peaches and now they just got these powers. Now you just got to use your powers to stop them. I'm glad he's not one who cares. I gotta bring my sister in, and this is not her. I have to save her. I'm glad he ain't on that bullshit. I'm glad he's just like, man, look, man, I want to be a hero, and I'm gonna be a hero.
Right, he's gonna be a hero, baby.
I'm gonna be a hero. Chain soldier, bro. Slave hero. That's what I would have called this shit. Slave hero. Even during Black. Yes, man. During Black History Month, slave hero. Like, man, okay.
We got heroes for everything. We got badass hero. We got slave hero. We got
slave hero. Like bro.
Farm hero. I don't. Did you see the latest Delicious in Dungeon?
I did. Hey, your phone was broke. So I was like, man, Matt is gonna fucking flip when he sees these mimics. Like these mimics.
I was like, no.
Like the mimics. Oh man, did you see it?
God.
You're not caught up.
No, I saw the episode. I saw episode
Okay,
1.
I was like, please, I don't know if I just spoil it. Yes, bro. So mimics.
That's why I said like, oh no, mimics. Like, all right, that's like
Man, so I like the first part of it. They explore these paintings,
yeah,
and you learn like the magic of the world. It wasn't even about. It was about food because they're gonna go into the painting to get the food, but they go into the painting to get the food, and they learn some things. One, all these paintings are connected. Two, people in these paintings have memories.
yeah.
And three, you can eat the food there and get full, but once you come out, the food will be gone and your appetite will come back because you won't be full anymore.
Right.
Like, I thought that was pretty
That was unique.
because I didn't expect that at all. I did not expect. I didn't know what to expect when they went into that dungeon on the first part.
No. Yeah,
But
but
Laos,
yeah, with Laos, when he got in there, they had the elf recognized him, the elf person.
yeah, the elf recognized was like, "Hey man,
Oh,
you're
you were at the wedding, you were at the birth, and now you're here. What the fuck?
what the fuck?" Like, yeah, bro, they remember you. Like, that had to be some freaky.
Like,
So
how do you not age, man? Come on.
I'm pretty sure the lady who was giving him the food recognized him. Like, wait a minute, didn't I just see you?
Like, you were here. Like, do you even work here? How'd you sneak in?
Nah, he's lucky he made it out, bro. Imagine if the rope broke.
But anyway, because of this, they couldn't go down the dungeon, so they had to make camp in the next room. And Chilchuk sees a chest. So he sees like, oh shit, it's a mimic, because he hates these mimics. He
He's
has
like,
bad experience with these mimics.
so then he shows how he gets stuck in every mimic, and I was just like, oh man, like
One blew up when he tried to go around to the back.
yeah, I was just like, man, I was like, okay, Frieren in these mimics, like she keeps falling for the mimics. I was like, man, because I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, so I didn't know what a mimic was.
Oh god, I know the mimics from playing Dark Souls and Elder and all that. Yeah,
So I've never played those, so I didn't necessarily know what a mimic was, and I was just like, so why does Frieren keep falling for these chests? They keep trying to eat her. I did not know they were mimics. That's what you call them. So when I see them in this, and I'm like, oh, they're mimics. Like literally, I did not know what they were called until this episode. Like it's like, oh, fucking mimics. That's what they are. Okay, and mimics are fucking lobsters. But
in this one, yes, this one was a lobster.
It was a lobster. I was like, oh, bro, that's a giant blue lobster. You guys are going to eat good. As soon as I saw it was a lobster, I was like, okay. But Chilchuk, he knows traps. So I like how we have to see him find, okay, let me solve the code and press the bricks in the right order so I don't kill myself so that I can get out.
Yeah, and I love that he solves it like solving a riddle. Like, oh, like turns out to the east, it goes to the west, and then the north.
Mm-hmm.
The south, and you see him like trying to do it on his own, even though Marcel's like, "Hey, you could always rely on people."
Marcel was asleep. She wasn't studying none of that.
Yeah, she just didn't want to eat bug coins again. Also, I love that from last week. The fucking dwarf guys are just separating the gold from the insects. Say, "Hey, I'm gonna throw this out."
Oh.
He's like, we're gonna do. Oh, you can't eat real treasure.
Like, no, so you can't eat us real treasure. They was like, what? But then you see that they ended up collecting real treasure. This week you saw that some of those were bugs, but they now they're looking for the bugs because you might find real treasure. And it's like you learn that the treasure bugs, like the origin of these bugs, right? There were bugs that ended up eating
the mimics
and laying eggs inside the mimics. So because of that, they ended up mimicking the treasure. So like the insects evolved. They're bugs that evolved that ate mimics and evolved into like mimic insects. Like I was like, oh, so that's how you get coin insects. They're basically insect mimics. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was so fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's a cool little detail. But yeah, I like how since she just pulls out, all right, you're gonna get some water, add some salt, you're gonna throw them in here, put the cap on, wait for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, yes, good.
It's like, do you have your thingamajiggies? My what?
Your toolkit.
Your tools, like, yeah, man, you don't call my
They're
tools
like, no, don't take it. It's just like, nope, it's going to use to get the lobster meat out.
lobster meat out. I was just like,
And,
yeah, man, break it off. And, you know,
and Chuck finally reveals his age. He's 29. The dwarf and myself are like, oh, that's it. And then Laos is like, so do I call you sir? Because he said that he's younger than him.
yeah, like that's the thing that got me. It's just like because they never said how old he is, but I guess like
So yeah, I expected Laos to be in his 30s, but no, like if he's younger than Chuck, it's like fuck.
I mean, for him to be like that age though, it's like okay, so you're 29. It's like okay, you look pretty young. That's what's up,
Right? But this was a lot of fun.
yeah, man, it's definitely a lot of fun. You know,
I'm glad I picked this up.
yeah, man, it's a dope show. Dope show. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait till they introduce some of the more characters coming up in the recent weeks. They already have them on MAL, so we're gonna get to see some of the new characters coming pretty soon. But hey, man, every week, every time I watch it, like every Thursday, interestingly enough, on Thursday, every time I watch this show, I make sure I watch it while I'm eating dinner. Like I will cook dinner or go out and get dinner or heat up leftovers, whatever it is, and I will I will watch it and eat because I feel like I have to eat and watch this show. I feel like I can't watch this show; it's gonna make me hungry.
If they make a cookbook of this, I would definitely get it just to make these.
I mean, I think that would be a good payday if they just made like Delicious and Dungeon cookbook.
They definitely can. Like, I'm saying, if it's popular enough, I don't see why not. You can definitely find substitutes. Like, oh, you're not going to find an actual insect, so we'll get something like this maybe as a substitute.
That'll be dope. Hopefully they will do that. Hopefully they will do that. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait for more episodes. So far, so good. Knock on wood, it hasn't been delayed. So I'm gonna keep hope that this trend keeps up. We're almost halfway there.
Oh yeah, for sure. But let's get to the main event. Hokkaido Gals are super adorable. Now we both love this episode. This the Valentine's episode.
Valentine's episode was pretty special. I like the fact that Dangers of My Heart had a Valentine's episode. Then Hokkaido Girls decides to have a Valentine's episode in the same vein. So let me see. You take it away and I'll chime in.
They're asking for you. First it was karaoke. For Yuki sing the karaoke song.
There you go.
And they're like talking about Valentine's plans of, hey, Fuyuki, you're gonna make chocolates for everyone. Hey, can I have one? Because she makes chocolates for everybody. And she's talking to Sayuri, because Sayuri never made chocolate. And she's like, oh, so you're gonna actually, is this for somebody type of thing? But we know it's for Tsubasa. So they get the ingredients for the chocolate. And on the phone call, Fuyuki helps Sayuri, like, yeah, here's how you do this. This is how you do it like this. And she helps her out, like, yeah, this is your first thing. You just put some cocoa powder on it when you're done. Voila. You're ready to go for tomorrow. Well, Fuyuki has, like, different variety of, like, different chocolates, different shapes, different colors. And she has this special one with, like, a big, like, a heart, like a chocolate heart, and, like, some type of paper under it, like a cupcake type of paper. It's like, oh, that's probably for Tsubasa because he made like special.
That's the one. Let's put a pin in that. At karaoke, there's she's singing her song and she sees how Sayuri and Tsubasa, they kind of like the way they kind of like fumbling, looking at each other, and they kind of talking. I like how she kind of looks like the fuck. So she just goes over there, just sits right in between them, and just no. Let me break this up because her mom put her on the spot last week and was like, "Girl, that boy cute.
Yes,
go get him."
Like he was hitting on both of us. He was about to get a mother-daughter double Whopper combo if he wasn't careful.
What up, Mom? I got it. So like her message to her mom was like, "Mom, chill. Like I'd like him, but I'm not gonna embarrass myself and just throw it out there. He has to like me first. So I'm gonna make him like me first." And then for that to happen, and the girl that you really want to be friends with ends up becoming your stiffest competition. So now she's like, I want to play video games too. I I made chocolate. You should make chocolate. And she really likes them. Like, and that's the thing that got me picking up the back what you were saying. Sayuri likes him so much. She likes Tsubasa, and she's like, bro, he's growing on me. I really want to make some chocolate for him. But before that can happen, Fuyuki, she has to finish making her chocolate. And
and this is where the chaos happened. She didn't clean up her mess, so she knocks a condiment over, and it made a domino effect.
no, what made her knock it over when she?
Oh, basically, because she asked me, like, are you gonna give chocolate to somebody?
Yeah, are you gonna give chocolate? And when she kind of like laid off, like, yeah, I'm gonna give, and she already knew, she got startled, like, oh shit, she finna get chocolate to my man. Fuck. Boom, knocked over the soy sauce. Soy sauce on your chocolate.
That was like, oh no.
Or would you consider it ruined?
Wait, what? You broke up.
Oh, I said soy sauce on chocolate. Is it ruined?
Yes. The soy sauce is pretty salty, yeah.
Can't just rinse that shit off. Oh no.
On the chocolate, especially if she just made it.
She likes her chocolate soft. So because her chocolate's soft, yeah, I'm pretty sure if that was like hard chocolate, you could probably just rinse it off and it'd be good.
But it's something she just made, and who knows, that thing is probably bitter already because boys tend to go for bitter chocolate.
I felt so bad for her. Like,
all that hard work. That's like hours, I'm sure.
She did the whole night, and I'm talking about it was like late in the morning when she was doing it, and then she was still a good enough friend to coach this girl through it with a smile on her face, even though her shit was ruined. She even had enough to coach her and tell her how to do it. At FaceTime, she taught her how to make chocolate over the phone.
Yep.
And that was really like
all this happened. Oh yeah, I'll figure it out. And turns out she failed to figure it out. It got too much of a mess. So she got in. She gave Tsubasa like a special candy from like a different town. Like it's a popular one.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave it to one of the other friends. Is like, oh, what the fuck is this? Like, oh well, this happened. And Sayuri sees this. It's just like, this fucking guy.
Bro, she went to him, was like, man, like, you gonna sit up and shame Hakushingi, homemade chocolate. You don't know what, because when she found out what she been through, she was like, oh, bro, you don't know what the fuck she went through. You lucky as you got anything at all. Like,
because you asked.
Yeah, like, bro, you ungrateful, bro. You weren't even supposed to get none anyway. Like, stop being entitled, little ungrateful piece of shit. So I like how she told him off. So she tells him off. And, when she finally gets around, not her, when Fuyuki finally comes back and, she tells Tsubasa, hey, man, this is what happened. She kind of cries about it. He's like,
yeah, like, and she feels so
her and comfort her and just be there for her. No, this motherfucking Mozart-ass motherfucker
now the nearest piano he could find.
And just you want to see it, bro. Just start playing like.
And it was the karaoke song. It's a song she sings at karaoke.
Yo, shout out to him though. Playing by ear is like one of the most impressive hallmarks.
100%. Like wow,
so him being able to say, I heard this song, and he just started playing it by ear. And she sat up and like, why'd you play that song? Say, well, in karaoke, you said it always cheers you up. And she up about to cry, like, oh my God, if I didn't like you then, I motherfucking love you now. And I like how Sayuri hears this whole thing and she switches her chocolate.
Yep.
She just switches her chocolate. Like, we weren't going to catch it. She was like, yeah, you switched. You gave her the chocolate you were finna give him. And the moment I noticed that, like, wait a minute, she switched out her chocolate.
I was like, oh man.
Like, because it ain't a fair competition. It ain't a fair competition. Because you're just like, I was about to shit on this girl with the recipe she gave me. You know what? No,
that's not fair.
That's not fair. That's not fair. We can't be this fair.
Yeah, like be a good friend first. So yeah.
My favorite thing about this episode was the last episode, like the bathtub shit was it was cute, and but because I like a good bit of fan service. I really appreciate that this episode had virtually none. I like the fact that they went for more emotional streams than kind of just trying to show some skin.
Right.
Like I really appreciated this one. It was just more or less like emotions and like them, the chocolate Valentine's Day, and the guys are already plotting White Day.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait to see what Tsubasa does for White Days.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do for White Day? Like, he's new to this, but I'm not gonna lie to you. As far as like rom-coms, don't get me wrong, Dangerous is incredibly sweet and it has its own. It's gonna be hard to top that show because if you ask anybody, it's just like, bro, that show is doing everything right. I would say this episode in particular was the one episode where I was like, okay, y'all were mostly TNA and comedy up until now. Now y'all seem like y'all want to get into the romance shit, the rom-com. Y'all really want to throw some romance. So I'm really anxious to see if Hokkaido Girls can really take itself seriously, or are they just gonna go back to gags?
Yeah, and we still have one more girl too. So
yeah, we still have one more girl. Yeah, she's coming pretty soon. So I can't wait for her to get introduced, whatever episode that comes. But Hokkaido Girls episode was solid. It was a solid. This was like the best episode so far. Didn't even need fan service to really tell me a thought. A heart-provoking, emotionally provoking, Valentine's episode. It was really sweet, really sweet.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of White Day, I am so curious what Ichikawa is going to do because this is something that's also incredibly new to him.
I was thinking about what Ichikawa was going to do for White Day too, because he told Anna, don't give nobody no obligatory, don't give nobody no chocolate. You ain't gotta do that. How about just? I like the fact that he's really so defensive. He's really like when that other guy showed up, like even to switch back to Dangerous, he's possessive now. He's like jealous. He's like, bro, I'm clean. This is my girl. It's like, yeah, bro, that's your girl, bro. Stick up for her. He was like, yeah. Nah, you ain't gonna, you can't even wave to her.
So is Yamada gonna participate in White Day because she said she was a boy for that one day, so she could return the favor?
Man, I think he's gonna. His sister is in his corner now. He looks way different from his sister, so something's gonna happen. I'm anxious to see the White Day episode for both of these, and I'm not gonna even lie to you, bro. Me and my friends, the one thing about anime that we would love in Western culture is the Valentine's Day White Day thing, bro. I'm not gonna even lie to you. That's the one thing in Western culture I would, if I could get a genie and it was just like, what are one of your wishes? That's one of my.
I would definitely love this adapted. Yeah, like
like yeah, bro. If like, bro, let's go back in history and can we make White Day and Valentine's Day a real thing in America? Because this shit.
I mean, they'll complain that's called White Day, but.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people who participate. I have a home girl of mine. I'm not gonna shout her out because I ain't gonna put her business out there. But Valentine's Day is Valentine's Day. White Day is Steak and BJ Day.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, that's what y'all do. But I mean, a month after Valentine's Day, I just like the idea of someone liking you and
return the favor. Yeah.
Typically, romance in the West is I don't know, us as, I guess, males, we came with all these ideas to like swoon the women and we do stuff for them. And it's like now over here in the West, it's so materialistic. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like the whole chocolate thing. I just like the idea of something as simple as someone can either buy you some chocolate or they can make you some chocolate and they give it to you. And you like, bro, that girl gave you chocolate. You accepted the chocolate. So if White Day comes, you don't give every girl that gave you chocolate a gift. You can give them a small little something to say thank you, but that girl that you really like, I found out that's a real thing, and that's your chance to say, I like you too. I also found out I'll be watching these YouTube videos. I think the guy's name is Kashiki from Japan. I've been watching his YouTube channel. Subscribe to it, actually. It's pretty dope. He asks all these people different random questions and stuff, but on one particular episode, he explained that it's normal for them over there. Like if you meet somebody after 3 dates, y'all kind of go together. So it's like after y'all do so many dates, it's implied that y'all go together. So what's supposed to happen is after date number 3, somebody's like, okay, so where's this going? Like that's when someone can just step in and say, okay, skirt. Like, if you ain't gonna take me seriously, let me get the fuck out now.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck are we doing?
Like, is this like
You get three nice dates. So I like and it made me go back and look at different romances more when it's like, oh shit, they kind of realized them hanging out was actually dates. It wasn't just classmates hanging out. It's like, well, if this was a date, then I'm obligated to ask her out. Because I always felt like, damn, this kind of fast. That came out of nowhere. And it's like, nah, bro, those were dates.
yeah.
So, but no, I really like Hokkaido Girls. I'm anxious for this weekend's episode. That's another one of my favorites for the season. I know we got to get out of here. I picked up 2 new shows because I dropped 2 shows. The Foolish Angel That Dances with the Devil. I'm really enjoying that one.
Right.
That's one that I picked up recently, and I have another show. That I picked up recently, which happened to be Sasaki and Peeps.
I heard that was good.
Sasaki and Peeps is I've only seen 2 episodes. First episode is like 50 minutes long, and then the second episode is just regular episode.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a isekai. It's a good isekai. It's dope. Motherfucker get a talking bird who is a mage. He gets a talking pet bird who happens to be a mage. And it's like, okay, this is fun. Let's see where this goes. Those are the 2 new shows I picked up. So yeah, pick those up. But hey man, it's been a pleasure today. Dope. So I'm looking forward to everything else this weekend coming out.
So much fun. I know you're waiting for Dub on Mashal, but the last episode of Mashal was so fucking good.
I can't, bro. They're doing the same thing where they haven't. It's going on episode 5, almost 6, and they haven't cranked like all of the Spanish, Latin, and Hindi dubs are out. So I'm like, why is it taking y'all so long to get the English ones? Which lets me know when they drop it, they're gonna do the same thing they did last season. They're gonna drop 2 dubs a week. 2 dubs a week for like, and that they're gonna catch up. Like that's how they'll do it. So they'll probably maybe even tomorrow they'll drop the first 2, and then next week I'll be on 4. Then the week after that I'll be on 6. So when they're on 9, I'm on 6. Then they'll do that one more week, and then I'll be on 8. And then by the time they're on 8, it'll be 12 episodes out. So it'd be
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right.
Well, hopefully it'll be something before the end of the season. Maybe potentially catch up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll catch up for the end of the season. I mean, this is like if it comes to that, I'll just watch it regular. I was just trying to keep with how I watched it last year. I was listening to the soundtrack this morning as well. Just listening to it. I said, let me get this soundtrack a fair listen out of this on title. And it's like, okay, I really like this soundtrack. It's just as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to listening to the Metallic Rouge soundtrack.
The Metallic Rouge soundtrack, the composer for the Metallic Rouge soundtrack, bro, this is an interesting tidbit because I didn't even know if you knew this, but let me see. Oh yeah, Yuma Yamaguchi, the same composer does the Link Click soundtrack.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, I am for that.
So Metallic Rouge and Link Click have the same composer for their soundtracks.
I am all for that. Then I cannot wait to listen to this.
I was like, yeah, I found that out when I was like, oh, what other soundtracks have they done? And then I looked, and it was like, oh, they did the Springin soundtrack, they did the Bell soundtrack. I was like, oh, okay, did the Link Click soundtrack, and get this, the Undead Murder Farce soundtrack. So yeah, man, like, I'm like, dude, like 2 of my past favorite soundtracks you've done. This makes so much sense. He did Murder Farce, he did Bell. You know, I'm like, damn, you did Murder Farce and Bell. Of course I'm gonna be in love with this soundtrack now. You know, so it's like, yeah, Murder Farce and Bell, and yeah, same composer.
Yeah, now I'm even more excited.
Hey man, check it out.
All right. Closing thoughts before we get out of here.
Closing thoughts. Spy Family movie comes out. Y'all probably already covered that.
Yeah, we announced that already. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming to the theater here yet, but I'll find it out in April. That's a long ways away from now, so I just keep my ear to the ground on that one. Other than that, no. If you're watching Undead Unluck, keep watching. If you're not watching, check it out. It's on Hulu. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, Crunchyroll, Funimation is on some bullshit. Sony is being cheap.
We did bring that up a little bit, but I think once it happens, we should probably do a little secret menu about Funimation.
I mean, I don't even want to shit on them in that degree because I'm such a fan, and I don't want to like badmouth them because of I'm truly a fan of that organization. I would love to like partner with them, but it's Crunchyroll now. But I do not like the fact that even with Sony's $1 billion backing, they can't find a way to roll over these films that people have purchased digitally. They can't find a way to roll those over to the people.
No, that's they can't like not even like compensate them or give them like a downloadable link as an email like, hey, we don't have this on a thing, but you want to download it here.
What I felt like since they own the Crunchyroll store, because some of that stuff you probably can't even buy, but I feel like what would be really cool is to say, you know what, we fucked up. Because we fucked up, we're going to give every person who have a Funimation account, if you have a Funimation account, regardless if you bought something or not, if you have a Funimation account, we're going to give you a voucher good for 1 year for 50% off.
That would be nice or something. Like I feel like they deserve to get something out.
Yeah, I feel like doing something like that was just like, all right, so if you want to get in here and like buy these anime, you can go in, you can buy the actual DVD and pay half the price. I feel like that'd be fair. Like, all right, we're gonna give you half off.
Agreed. Yeah. Hopefully they think of something soon when this happens.
That's what I was looking for. I gotta relearn my board.
I still gotta pick out shit. But anyway, guys, the cafe is closing up. You can follow me on Twitter at DavidPhoenix12. You can follow our Twitter at Otalku Cafe Anime. You can follow Starman at AKA Starman. We're always happy to have him here. We want to thank Sean, our editor. We also have a link tree in our Twitter for where we listen to your favorite podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon. Type in Otaku Cafe or talk to Keiki. We'll be there. All the various pages on the Google machine. Again, thanks, Sean, our editor. We want to thank W2M Network and Chairshot Radio for hosting us on their platforms. Follow them at W2M Network and at Chairshot Media. Oh, you should have follow my cosplay channel, Vincent Evergarden, on Instagram. Cosplay. I am actually going to be doing Alistair for Dragon Con. I cannot wait for that.
Oh, you made your decision.
What was yours? What were you gonna say?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I was going to lean to Alistair because I thought Alistair was dope. Because the other two were just kind of like the Alistair I was really already used to. But then when I saw the other ones, I was like, well, I'm pretty sure Matt could pull those off. The Lucifer one, it was like I was leaning towards Lucifer.
I might do Lucifer eventually.
I was leaning towards the Lucifer one, but Alistair, I think Alistair would just be more that was badass. You pull that one off with the red, you get the glasses, you get like, I think that one is.
I did buy the cane already. It should be here soon.
Yeah, I think that one would be one. But for the V, what was the V? Like, what's his name?
Vox.
See, I don't know, man. Vox, like.
I mostly want it for the suits. Like, I don't know how I can pull off the fucking TV.
But it's like, bro, you got the helmet, like the bro. That's what's gonna steal the whole deal.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to. I will have to figure that. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing Alistair. I'll probably do Lucifer down the road.
But yeah, you can do that. Like, I got the utmost faith in you that you can pull that off.
Oh yeah, I definitely got a phone. But like I said, I bought the cane. I'll buy the costume soon. I found a really good one. For $90 I can get. Now, just the really hard part is going to be the wig, getting a legit look-alike wig, because that will probably be a little bit pricey. But I'm sure I can find something. I probably can find a commissioner to do it a little cheaper. But we'll see. I can't wait though. Guys, we'll be here next Friday. Hopefully, Ethan will come back for a full-time cafe service. If not, Chris will be here to cover the rest of his shift. And then we will go from there. But guys, till then, oyasumi, good night.
When the sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you. But still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face. But hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice. But it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll come back.